Hello, Brandon. Um, so, I'm gonna do every Pokemon tier list. This is gonna take me a really long fucking time. So it says it has regional forms and gender differences, um, and also other forms. So I probably won't rate every single form and gender difference. Oh, it even has Pokemon Go event costumes. That's insane. Um, okay. We'll just kind of play it as I go. I'm gonna leave their tiers alone. All the tiers are gonna be flooded. Um, I probably won't. Well, I might as well rate stuff like the Gigantamax forms. If they're different enough, I'll rate them. If it's like Pikachu has a heart on its tail and or it doesn't. For the gender differences, like I'm not gonna rate those, but this goes all the way to the most recent Pokemon in Gen 9. These are technically part of the DLC, but they like released early through raids. So, yeah. Um, this guy made it. Luke Smith, 849. Shout out. What a homie. Probably took longer to make than it's gonna take me to go through, to be honest. But like shit like this, like I'm not rating all the Minior forms or all the Silvally forms or anything like that. I'll skip those. No, let's get into it, I guess. Um, I don't. I'm assuming one of these is supposed to be the Mega, but it doesn't actually look like one of them is the Mega. Oh no, this is the Mega over here. It must be a gender difference. It looks like the middle part of the flower petal's different. I don't know, Bulbasaur's pretty sick. Ivysaur's a little less sick. Venusaur's, honestly, I think Venusaur's probably B type, B tier as well. I don't care about the gender difference. Both the Gigantamax and Mega forms are kind of, I like probably like the Gigantamax form better than the Mega. But they're both kind of just whatever. I don't know. Charmander's pretty sick. I think Charmeleon a little less sick. Charizard's pretty sick. I think that's probably how I feel about the Mega forms. I'm not ordering the tiers, by the way. So this doesn't mean I like Charmeleon better than Charizard X or whichever one this is. I'm just going. I don't really like the Gigantamax form. I think the wings becoming fire. I don't like when Pokemon like lose limbs in their evolutions. I think it's really weird. So this makes me feel like it's like losing its real wings and they're being replaced with fire wings, which like not that fire wings aren't cool like conceptually, but like I don't know. I don't like this. Squirtle's cool. Squirtle is probably the best of the first form designs. Wartortle is who cares? It's like fine. Blastoise is cool. Probably put Blastoise like here. The Gigantamax form becoming like a fortress is pretty cool, but it's probably still A for me. I think it getting a big gun is S tier. Just it being like I have a big gun now. It's simple, but it's really good. Caterpie's fine. Metapods, who cares? I really like Butterfree. Butterfree's one of my favorite Pokemon, so that's where that's gonna go. Same thing with Gigantamax Butterfree. It's pretty sick. Weedle's cool. Kakuna's, who cares? I think I probably like Kakuna more than I like Metapod. I don't know. Beedrill's fine. I just feel like who gives a fuck about Mega Beedrill? Like it looks cool, but like, what a fucking lame Pokemon to give a Mega to. I don't know. Pidgey's a bird. Who cares? I don't really like dislike it. It's like I said, it's more like a who cares thing. I don't know. That can go there, and this can go here. I don't know. They're just bigger birds. The Mega, genuinely, who cares? Rattata, I'm assuming there's a gender difference here, and that's why there's two. It's a fucking Rattata. Who cares? I probably like the Galarian or the Alolan one a little better. And then I feel like it's like the opposite for this one. Who fucking cares about Spearow? Holy shit. It's probably like this. I think Fearow looks ass, like genuinely. This is a snake. Who cares? Arbok is cool. I prefer Chonky Pikachu. I think the original like Chonky Pikachu looks pretty good. But Pikachu's still like a good design. Chonky Pikachu coming back for the Gigantamax is sick. I don't like that I'm not sure if the tail's glowing or if it has like a full electric tail, but I'm gonna pretend it's glowing. Honestly, I think Raichu's cool. Raichu's probably underrated just because like Pikachu's the mascot. I actually probably like a Alolan Raichu worse. It's cool that it's surfing, so I'll give it like a B tier still, but I don't know, Sandshrews fine. I really like Alolan Sandshrew actually. And then I feel like both of these forms are just kind of fine. They're like cool, but like whatever. I don't know. Who cares? I feel like I don't really dislike it. It's probably more like, no, it belongs in this tier. I don't know if I'm necessarily treating this as like the dislike tier. I'm just treating it as like D tier. I feel like this is more like who cares, but it's like kind of cool, and this is more like just who cares, and then this is like I dislike it. I don't know why these need middle forms, frankly. I don't think the middle forms really add anything. They don't get like the ground typing early. They're just still straight poison. They're like a little bigger. Like who cares? Nidoqueen has boobs for some reason, and I don't like that. So I'm gonna say Nidoking is like there. Yeah, these are pretty who cares. It just gets a little bigger. I honestly don't even think this is like a better design. It's probably a worse design. This will probably be reserved for ones that I like actually hate. Both of these are pretty sick. They're like pretty much the same for me, but like the aesthetic of like the Alolan one is pretty cool. And I think both of these are also really sick. Jigglypuff is pretty sick design. That can go A. Wigglytuff, who fucking cares? It actually gets a worse design. Like, that looks so stupid compared to Jigglypuff. I didn't realize Zubat had a gender difference. That's interesting. Oh, Golbat does too, I guess. No. I probably will at the end of each gen delete this tier, since from doing a previous tier list I know it goes back down the bottom. Like they'll shuffle back in like down here, just to keep like up here a little more organized. I actually think Zubat's like a pretty solid design. I'm probably like neutral on it, but like, yeah, it's fine to go there. I love the original sprite with Golbat having the big tongue, but they got rid of that, so it's only gonna go in B. Okay, I think Oddish, good. Oddish has a really cute design. Gloom is a piece of shit. And Vileplume's pretty sick. I like the way it looks like it has like a big cowboy hat. And it's like tipping it forward, you know, covering its eyes, being a little emo cowboy. I don't know. This probably like that. I don't think Parasect and Paras are very good designs. This one I think is trying to be cute, but it's like terrifying, and then this one is like trying to be terrifying, and it like kind of is, but like I don't know. They're just nobody cares about these. Venonat's a pretty good design, I think, and then Venomoth is like terrible. And it's probably more like here, but like yeah. Diglett's like funny, so I'll put it in like I don't really care about the Alolan version. It just adds like a tuft of hair, so like I don't know. Now I think it's funny that it just becomes 3, but it's really weird. And then this one having hair is like funny enough that I'm willing to put it like next to it. Like having a full head of hair is like way funnier. Long Meowth is so good. This is so stupid, but I like kind of love it. Regular Meowth. Nah, regular Meowth's pretty good. Then you have Gay Meowth, also pretty good. I actually love this guy. This is probably my favorite of the Meowths. Honestly, both the Persians are like super who cares. This one has a dumb fat face and I hate it. Psyduck's good. Golduck is pretty who cares. Both of these are kind of who cares also. I probably like Primeape a little more than Mankey. I feel like it looks more like a fighting type Pokemon. And then it just looks like an angry little like fucking puffball, which is kind of cool. He can go up they can go up there. I don't really care about Mankey though. Um, Growlithe is a pretty good design. That can go A. The Galarian Growlithe is also pretty good, or not Galarian. This is Hisuian Growlithe. This is from Legends Arceus. Pretty good. Not enough for me to rank it like significantly higher, but Arcanine can go in S. I don't like Hisuian Arcanine quite as much, so I'll probably just go here. But Arcanine's like a pretty sick design. This is gonna be like B. I actually think this is one of the best like lines of 3. I feel like this is like BAS. Nah, they're all gonna go down 1 actually. Nah, JK. This one's gonna go down 2. So it's CBA, but like not in the order they evolve in. This is actually, I honestly think Abra is like a pretty decent design. It just getting spoons is kind of lame. Like, there's not even that much of a difference between these two designs. I'm gonna put the middle form in like down here just because I think it's really pointless if it's just gonna get more spoons. But I do think Alakazam is like pretty good. I'll put it, yeah, it being in B is fine. I think it's funny they just gave it more spoons for its Mega, but like overall, like it's still kind of who cares. This guy's pretty good. I probably don't like him like as much as like I like Abra. This guy's kind of who cares. The middle forms are always kind of who cares, to be honest. This guy's solid though. I'll put him in A. The Gigantamax form is kinda sick, but I honestly feel like I kind of like the original final form better, so I'll put this in B. Let's see. Bellsprout. I don't know. I'm pretty who cares on Bellsprout. This thing is fucking stupid. And then this thing's cool. These are both good designs, I think. This can go in like B. Nah, probably like C. And this can go in A. Geodude's kind of weird. I don't like dislike Geodude, but he's probably like here. Honestly, no. He's less cool than like all of these. I actually think this thing looks so fucking stupid. Not as much as these probably, but like it's not good. Sorry, I just remembered how much I really, really hate Furo. Yeah, I think the other Galarian versions of Geodude look better, but or like the other evolutions look better, but what the fuck is this guy called? Graveler. Honestly, he's probably not any different from Geodude. Does he gain arms and then lose them? That's what I'm talking about. That's fucking weird. I think this guy nah, he's still kind of lame. This thing is kind of weird too, huh? I'm probably pretty neutral on that. I do think this one's an upgrade just because it has a big fucking cannon on its back. Ponyta is sick. I mean, Fire Horse, like, what do you want, you know? Kind of simple, so I'm probably going to go B and A. And what they do with the Galarian versions are cool. I don't think I like them as much as I like the originals. Or the I don't know if these are Alolan or Galarian, to be honest, but probably just like bump down a tier, but it's cool what they did with them, making them unicorns. Slowpoke, pretty sick. The Galarian one is, I feel like, who cares? It just gets some yellow, but like, I don't know. It still kind of is just like the same as the original design, just with like some yellow, so. I think it's weird that there's like another Pokemon biting its tail, and then they're like, that's a Shelder, even though it looks like nothing like a Shelder. But still, I feel like pretty good. I don't feel like it's any like worse than the original, or than the first evolution. This is fucking stupid. I hate this. Probably not that much, but like that's so dumb for a mega that it just gets like more eaten by the shell. This is just as bad. I don't like that at all. The weird purple. I know it's because it's like a poison type, but like, and then just having it on his like fist, it's like better than this, but like not by a lot. So I think Magnemite is pretty good. Magneton is not great. I like Magneton, but it's like it's just 3 of them. It's the same thing, and it's not as funny as with Diglett because it doesn't look like a silly little dude. Like Diglett looks like a silly little dude, and that's why it's funny that it evolves into 3 silly little dudes. But this is just like a metal ball with some magnets on it, and so like 3 of those isn't that interesting. Farfetch'd is who cares? Like it's I don't know, another normal bird. Like Galarian Farfetch'd is so good. I love Galarian I like Surfetch'd probably a bit better. But I'll probably do A and then like S for Surfetch'd. I think it's funny. I think it's funny that he just gets a big ass leak and then he evolves and the leak becomes a fucking sword. I didn't realize the necks were different color for the genders here. Not like the worst, and I feel like this actually looks kind of okay, but like just another Pokemon that I feel like is very who cares. This is actually a bad design. It's like just a seal. Dugong at least has like a little horn, so like that can go a little higher, but like not great, right? Big sludge pile. I feel like he's fine. I don't know. Nothing special. The Galarian one's the Alolan one's green. I'm not really sure what the significance of that is, but I think it just like actively looks worse. Then I don't know. It's probably like 1 upgrade for the evolution, and this one's probably the same. I don't really understand why it's rainbow. This guy's funny. I like his tongue sticking out. He can go in B. And like Shelter's a pretty sick design. Yeah, I think it's weird that it looks like a Ghastly in a shell, and then that's like not in any way related to its Pokédex entry, but like I don't know, here we are. Ghastly's pretty good. I like the idea of a ghost is just like this like floating ball of like of spirit. I honestly think Haunter and Gengar are both S tiers. I think they're both really good designs. I don't actually prefer one over the other. I kind of wish Gengar was like its own Pokemon, and then like Ghastly Haunter was like a 2-stage evolution. The Mega version of Gengar is pretty good, right? Like probably goes like there. But this fucking guy, this big goofy guy with his big goofy mouth, is probably A. But both are good, right? Like I wouldn't fight somebody if they said they like the Mega more than the Gigantamax form, but I think they're both pretty sick. Dude, Onix has such a sick design to just be like a fucking terrible Pokemon. I'll probably put Steelix in S is probably what I'll do. Fucking fuck this guy. This is a little better, I guess, but this is a crab, so probably like down here. I think Kingler's a little cooler. Probably like, yeah, because he's like a crab, but he's got some cool shit going on, you know. Apparently he gets like a big beard or something for his Gigantamax form. Is this real? I've never seen this before. Damn. Can I see it in game? Is there like in-game pictures of it? Why does he get a beard? I'm so confused. I don't like this. I'm not understanding what the significance of the beard is, and he just becomes really spiky otherwise. I don't like this. I don't like it. I don't dislike it quite as much as these, but from this picture it looks pretty cool. And then I just looked it up and I'm like, oh, this is terrible. I like Voltorb more than I like Electrode, to be honest. I feel like Voltorb is like fine, and then Electrode is like, I don't like his stupid face. The Hisuian one's also cool since it's based on like in that game you have like Pokeballs made out of apricots, and so like the Pokeball Pokemon looks like the Pokeballs of the time period. Like I think that's cool, and he has like a cool typing. And then I don't know this. I actually probably like this guy a little better because I like that the facial expression is like carved in. Like that's actually kind of cool. I'm actually gonna bump him up. But like fuck this guy. This Pokemon always feels weird. There's like a collection of 6 eggs, and like one of them's dead or something, and they're all cracked, and then they evolve into 3 eggs, and I'm just like 3. They evolve into a palm type thing with 3 coconut heads, and nothing's really making sense. I don't know. They probably both go here. I think this guy's really fucking funny. He's just like this long-necked fucking boy. So I'll probably put him up on A tier. And then also at least he's like an actual palm tree instead of whatever the fuck this is supposed to be. But I really, Cubone's like a good design. I don't really like Marowak, to be honest. But Cubone's like fine, right? Like I like the aesthetic of it, like wearing a skull and also using a bone as a weapon. It probably should have been part ghost, which I think the Alolan one is. The Marowak I don't like. I don't like the questions that are raised by like these Pokédex entries where it's like Cubone wears its mother's skull, and then like you can just like breed a million Cubone off of one mom, and they all have a skull on their head, and it's like, well, okay, but like clearly that's not true. And like I don't know, I feel like it just like kind of calls everything the Pokédex says into question for me. And I think there's a lot of like weird inconsistencies like that in the Pokédex, but I think this one's just like super obviously not true, right? And it's also just not like, it's just worse. It's just like a worse version of what Cubone is. Like I feel like the skull being like open and you being able to tell that it's like wearing it is good, and then this one it's like it like fuses to the Pokemon's head or something and like becomes it, but like this just looks not as cool, right? Like that just doesn't look as cool as like this aesthetic where it's like literally wearing it on its head. I guess that's kind of metal that it like evolves and like fuses with the skull, but like I don't know, it's just like a worse version of Cubone. I'm actually gonna bump this down. This thing's cool as shit. I love this. I like the aesthetic of it, like being on fire. Like if this had been just like the evolution of this, like incredible. Especially because like then it becomes ghost type. Or I think, am I tripping? Yeah, it's Fire Ghost, which is like a sick typing. And I feel like had like the regular one evolved into like a part ghost type and had like a kind of like ghostly aesthetic the way like this one does, I feel like that'd be way cooler, especially because of like the ties in Gen 1 from between Cubone, Marowak, and Pokemon Tower. Like I feel like that would have fit really well, and instead they were like, what if it was the same but worse? Guess what, this guy's pretty sick. I don't know what the gender difference is. This guy fucking sucks. God damn. This guy's not any better. I mean, he is a little better, but like, what the fuck is this thing? I don't think I like the weird humanoid Pokemon where it's like, that's a man. That's not an animal. Like that, like this is a man. This is a boxer. He's got like, you know what I mean? Like he, what the fuck? Like, I think sometimes stuff is like based on, like there's Pokemon that are like based on a profession or something, but they're not like actually like just a fucking, that like this is just a fucking guy. You know what I mean? Like this guy's less a guy, but I also just think he's an uglier design than this guy. Fucking fuck Lickitung. Lickitung so bad. Coughing and Wheezing are both sick. I'll probably put this. I'll probably do like B and A. I feel like this guy being like kind of like a cutesy little poison thing is cool, and this guy growing to have like this weird, like it evolving to have like this weird mutated like fucking second head on it, like selling the idea of like, I don't know, poison with like birth defects is like kind of a like sick design decision. This guy's funny as hell. I like the big hats they give him. I don't think it's like even better than like the original one, but like it's funny. And I also think it's Poison Fairy, which is like an interesting typing. Man, the Rhyhorn line is weird. I feel like I don't really care about, like, it's cool, but it's I don't know. It's kind of cool. It's like a mix between a rhino and a dinosaur. And then I don't think this guy's better enough to stick him in A. Like I think they're both just B's for me. Chansey's like solid. I don't know. Nothing special, but nothing like egregious either. Dude, here's the thing. I hate Pokemon. I really, really, one of my pet peeves in Pokemon is Pokemon that, like, there's clearly something inside, but we never get to see what it is. I know some people really like that. I'm like, no. What is under there? What's under all that grass? Is it just like a little black blob? What is it? Why do you never see any in the wild that are like that? My lore brain doesn't like it. I'm like, listen, that's fine if that happens sometimes, but like surely there should be at least like a couple out there that haven't gotten tangled up in vines or whatever. And then they come out of the egg like that if you breed them, and I'm like, this doesn't make any fucking sense. So is this part of it, or is it tangled in some vines? What's happening? And I don't like it. Tangle is like a pretty solid design though. Like design wise, it's pretty solid. I just don't like the lore implications, so I'll put it like here. But I feel the same way about like Mimikyu and shit, where I'm like, okay, but what is under there? I want to know. Kangaskhan's pretty cool, but why doesn't it have a baby form? Right, there's like a baby in its pouch. Why doesn't it have that as a form? Mega Kangaskhan is, who cares? The baby comes out of the pouch. That's really fucking lame. But you know, like, why isn't there, like, I feel like to complete this, there should be like a baby form of Kangaskhan. You know what I mean? There should be, and then that should evolve into a Kangaskhan that has its own baby. You know, but like, why can't I get this baby one? Why can't I catch that? You know, or are they both, is this one Pokemon? Do they have like a shared consciousness that's not a baby? Again, just like some really awful lore implications, I think. Horsey is like fine. It's like cute and a little seahorse, and that's fine. This guy, I like that this is like an aggressive seahorse, so he can go up a tier. Fucking who cares? It's a fucking fish. I guess it's a fish with a horn, but this thing is actually uglier somehow. It's honestly probably more like that. I think this one is like fine. I probably wouldn't even put it up here, but this guy's good. Honestly, I feel like they're both, I'll bump this up. I feel like they're both good. And like the idea of like a psychic starfish it's like one of the probably cooler concepts they have in like Gen 1. And like psychic water is like a cool typing. So like I'm about it. Fuck this guy. Actually, I'll say fuck this guy here, and then this guy, like, really fuck this guy. That's so much worse. I feel like the evolution of this is fine, because this is the Galarian Mr. Mime, and like I think the evolution is okay, but that's also just a man. That's not even a man. That guy's on the like the sex offender list, you know? Like, look at him. Look at him, actually. He's definitely on there. But like that's just a man. It's horrifying that there are animals in this world that look like, I don't know, like a weird little man, you know? That's terrible. I hate that. Scyther's really sick. It's been a minute, so Scyther can go in S. Jinx, awful. Hate it. I don't like Electabuzz or Magmar. Fucking Pinsir, I don't know, man. Who fucking cares? I don't like its teeth. They don't fix the teeth in the Mega form, so it's just as bad. Tauros is like fine. It's like just a bull, but like it's, I don't know, there's nothing egregious. I don't really care for the Paldean version any better. I do think like the fire and water ones are a little better. They're not gonna be different tiers for me, so just like I'll just rank the fire one, and that'll be the tier it is. It's honestly because I like what they do. Like I know this one has like the twisty horns and like the little bit of like blue specks on its fur, and I think those little design changes make it look more like a Pokemon and less like just a bull with 3 tails. Honestly, Magikarp's a pretty good Pokemon design. Like it's weak, but like it's pretty good. And then Gyarados is probably like S. Is everything 2 rows now? Yeah, okay. Gyarados is probably S. I don't like Mega Gyarados. I'm gonna put it down here just because I think it actively makes Gyarados look worse. Gigantamax Lapras is pretty sick. I'd probably put it in A tier and then like regular Lapras in S tier. Lapras is one of my favorites. I love Lapras. Ditto. I think Ditto's like A. Ditto's pretty solid. Eevee's cute. Eevee's probably like a B for me, but like cute, and then like I feel like when it evolves and stuff, I feel like the Gigantamax Eevee being like just this big fluffy piece of shit is so funny. I think most of the evolutions are probably at minimum A tier. I think these 3 are all A tier. I don't think there's anything like super special about any of them. I'll decide when I get up there. Yeah, I don't know. I was gonna say like I feel like they're all a bit basic, to be honest. Like Vaporeon's probably the one that's like the most interesting design wise. Just because they gave it like the kind of like mermaid aquatic features. But like this is just like it's electric, make it spiky. It's fire, make the hair look like in the shape of fire. Like they're just not very interesting. Porygon's kind of whatever. I don't really care about any of the Porygon forms. I actually probably like Ammonite more than I like Amistar. Kabuto is like fine. I don't know. It's like I think it's worse than Amistar, but then like Kabutops is pretty sick. Wow, Mega Aerodactyl looks horrible. I hate that. Aerodactyl itself is pretty cool though. I'll probably give it like a... No, I'll put Aerodactyl in A tier. Snorlax being just like a fat fuck is really funny, so... It can be S tier. This is funny as well. I don't think it's quite S tier, but like... It just sleeping and growing like vegetation on it when it goes into its Gigantamax form is like pretty funny. Articuno's fine. I feel like it's the worst designed of the birds, but it's like okay. Honestly, I like Galarian Articuno, or yeah, Galarian Articuno even worse. So I'll probably put that down there. Both of the Zapdoses are solid. It's probably like S and A for me. Then I feel like Moltres is probably like B, and then Galarian Moltres is probably like A. I really like the dark aesthetic and like the different color fire that they add to it. Okay, Dratini, pretty good. Dragonair, really good. Can I like... Okay. We're gonna do that so I can navigate this faster. Dragonite is like fine, but I feel like it's like a step down. Mewtwo's pretty good. I'd probably give Mewtwo like an A tier. I don't like either of the megas, I'm gonna be honest. I don't like hate them, but like I don't think they're great. Mew I like, but it's not like crazy good or anything. Woo, Gen 2. I was like blazing through that in the beginning, and then like I feel like it took a lot longer than I was expecting. I think that'll probably be the gen that takes the longest. Um, just because Gen 1 gets so many like alternate forms and megas and Gigantamaxes and blah blah blah. Like I don't think any of the other gens are gonna take that long. Maybe I think there's like one gen that adds like 200 something Pokemon, maybe that one, but anyway. Chikorita's like S, to be honest. Bayleaf also S. Those are both really good designs. Meganium not as good, but I still like Meganium. Probably give that A. And then apparently there's a gender difference. I don't know. I feel like I like Cyndaquil. Cyndaquil's probably like an A. Quilava is... I don't know. Quilava's not great. Probably like down here. And then I feel like Typhlosion is like B. Hisuian Typhlosion is probably an A. I like the Ghost Fire aesthetic. I feel like it's pretty sick. The fuck is this guy called? I know it's like Croconon for alligator. I can't remember this thing. Whatever the fuck this thing's called is A tier. This is like D. And then for alligator's pretty good. I'll give for alligator A tier. I don't like dislike Scentrat or Furret, but like I feel like they're very like who cares designs for me. I feel like they're both C tier. Hoot's probably C, and then Knockdown for me is probably B. Who fucking cares about these? I feel like for a ladybug Pokemon, this should be way cuter. I'm putting this in F. And then this thing is, I don't know, it's better, I guess, but Spinarak's pretty cool. Yeah, I'll put these in like C and B. It sucks that they're like Garbo Pokemon, but Crobat is incredible. Crobat is like easy A tier. Chincho's pretty good. I feel like C is fine for that. And then I actually like Lantern less. I don't like how Lantern looks. Lantern's like a cool Pokemon. It has like some cool abilities and shit, but like in terms of design wise, it's like just not that great. Pichu, who asked for this? It's cute, but like who cares? Didn't need it. I would have rather had a Raichu evolution, to be honest. If you maybe choose between a baby form and like a further evolution, I probably would have picked the further evolution. So Pichu gets to be in the worst. Honestly, most of these baby Pokemon I would have rather had a further evolution. Like they're cute, but that's the only purpose they serve. A lot of the time they're also like not even available in the wild, so it's kind of like if you could catch them, like I think in later games maybe they do this better, but like if you could catch these in the wild and then raise them from that level, that's fine. But like in the gen they're introduced, you just kind of have to hatch them, I'm pretty sure. So Togepi pretty good. A Togetic is infinitely worse, I think. Like honestly, like probably just gonna put it in here. I'll put it here. I think Togekiss is then like a step up when we get there, but Natu, who cares? Xatu is like okay. Xatu I actually like the aesthetic of, but just like this thing just being a little like bird shit is like I'll move it up one tier. I don't think it's quite down the very bottom, but Mareep is A tier. Flaffy is probably B. Ampharos is probably also B. Mega Ampharos getting a long ass mullet is funny, but like it's on. I don't think it really looks any better than regular Ampharos. Bellossom's cool. Probably like A tier. Meryl is probably like an A tier, and then I think Azumarill is probably like B. Sudowoodo is interesting, so I'll put it in B. I don't like Politoed as much as Poliwrath, So this is probably gonna be C. I don't really understand why they needed to add this, just for it to be worse. Hoppip is like fine design wise, I guess. Probably like C. I feel like Skiploom's also probably C, and then Jumpluff I feel like is probably like B. I hate Apom and Ambipom. I think they look so stupid. Sunkern's pretty solid. Sunflora is also pretty solid, but I'll probably put Sunflora like in B. Yanma's cool. The dragonfly. It looks like a dragonfly. I don't know. Probably like C tier. Wooper's pretty sick. Wooper can go in B tier. I just think Paldean Wooper is also pretty good. That can also go B tier. Quagsire I don't like as much. Quagsire is probably like C. Espeon was one of my faves. So Espeon can go A tier. Umbreon's also pretty sick. I would probably also put Umbreon in A tier. Actually, these are probably both S for me, to be honest. They're both really good. I feel like they're a step up from the previous evolutions. Murkrow's probably B. I actually like Slowking quite a bit better than I like the other ones. I like that it like becomes a crown instead of like, I don't know, being like another. I like that it gets a crown instead of having another Pokemon just like biting its asshole or whatever. And I feel like the poison one even looks a little better too. I'll put the poison one in B tier because I don't like it quite as much as this one, but I love Mischievous. Mischievous is A tier easily. I'm only ranking one unknown. I wish they were more here's the thing, like, it's kind of cool to be like, oh, here's Pokemon designed around letters or whatever, but then like they're just like not interesting. Nothing cool ever happens with them. They're bad. They're terrible Pokemon. Like, they're not good in any way. Like, they're just, I don't know. They're just like a collecting grab thing. So I'm gonna put them in E tier, and then these all go here. I'm not ranking the individual fucking letters. Okay, I'm only ranking one of the Wobbuffets. Wobbuffet is pretty solid, to be honest. Yeah, definitely like better than Quagsire, so probably like B tier. Girafarig I also think is pretty good, but I'll put it in C tier. The Pinecone is cool. I'll put it in B, and then Fortress can go A. Dunsparce is just like a goofy little guy, so I'll put C. Gligar can go fuck itself. Steelix is S tier. Mega Steelix. A lot of these megas don't look good. Why do people like the gen with the megas? Like, a lot of these are so bad. Like, am I tripping, or like, are like the megas not that well designed? Like, what is this? This doesn't look cool at all. What's going on with its face? Why? Like, I don't know. I don't really like the crystals. What are these little markings on it? I feel like the megas, a lot of them seem like pretty over-designed, to be honest. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but I like genuinely, I'm like, well, a good chunk of these look bad. I think the starters are at least pretty good, minus like Venusaur, but like, I don't know. It just doesn't seem very good. Snubbull is, I don't like either of these. I probably like the little one a little better, but like, Quillfish is pretty good. I'll put it in B. I think Hisuian Quillfish is also probably B. They're like, I think it looks a little bit more poison. So like maybe this one I would like a little better, but not enough to change its tier. Scizor is really, really cool. It's yeah, I think it's also S. Yeah, like, what is this? I don't know if people are gonna like try to fight me about this, but like, this looks bad. This doesn't look cool at all. The face guard thing is kind of cool, but like, what are these? Why does it have like the fucking scissors you use in second grade as hands now, instead of like its clampers before? Like, I don't know. This just looks worse. Dude, at least like Beedrill, I was like clowning on Beedrill earlier. At least Beedrill looks better. Like, holy shit. F. Yeah, honestly, like Shuckle's like okay design wise, but the fact that it just like sucks is whatever. I'll give it like, it can be C. It can be with, I feel like it's like similar to Dunsparce. Heracross is pretty cool. I feel like a fighting rhinoceros beetle is like a sick concept. Oh, what does the mega one for this look like? Okay, that's actually pretty good. I think it's still worse than the original design, but this is what I would have expected it to look like based on the other ones, like something weird and over designed. But I feel like this actually kind of looks like an evolution to the Pokemon. I honestly, as cool as like, so like some of the megas are really like, I feel like the megas when they hit, and when they're bad, right? But I feel like, here's my thing with the megas. Heracross is a fucking one-stage evolution. Why not just give it an evolution that looks like this? Like, now it's like, because like this is now locked. You can't get this in any game ever now. Because like they're just like not bringing megas back. Unless, I mean, maybe they will eventually, but like they're not at the moment. So like, you know, it would be cool to be able to like just evolve this into this, and this actually like kind of looks like an evolution of this. Versus like now instead you're just, if you get a Heracross in a game, you're just stuck with Heracross, which like, I don't know, nothing against Heracross, but I don't know, that's my opinion on the megas to the one stage Pokemon. I think they should have just been evolutions. I think this is like, yeah, I don't know, it's probably about as good as regular Heracross. I never really liked Sneasel. I'm gonna put it like here. I like the color scheme. Well, maybe not. I'll bump it up to C. I think they're both C tier. That's probably fair. Teddiursa is cute, so I'll give it B. And then Ursa Ring. Ursa Ring's probably also B for me, to be honest. Slugma Balls. I don't know. It's a C tier. I'll actually probably give this D. I feel like it's not cool until it gets the shell. Like, Magcargo is cool. I like the idea of just like a fire snail. It's just like cool conceptually. I'll probably give it A. It's like not like a good or viable Pokemon, but like design wise, it's pretty cool. I don't care about this thing. It's like not offensive to me, but Mamoswine I think is better. I also think like when it evolves to Piloswine, it's like not good anymore. Corsola's a pretty sick design. Probably give it B. Oh, this is the I don't remember if this is a Alolan Corsola or Galarian Corsola, but it's the Coral died, so they were like, well, we're gonna kill the Coral in our game too. Dude, fucking fuck Remoraid and Octillery, like genuinely. Octillery's a little better, but like why does this evolve into this? Like they don't look like, why is it a fish and then it becomes, everybody knows this already, but like why is it a fish and then it becomes an octopus? Like for what? Why? You know? Delibird's pretty cool. Probably like, is Delibird A tier? Well, I accidentally put it there, so it's gonna stay there now. Mantine is like fine. It incorporates Remoraid into it, so it loses points for that. Since Remoraid's in it, it drops from C to D. I forgot about Skarmory, but Skarmory is pretty cool. Skarmory's a solid B tier Pokemon. I feel like Houndoom and Houndour are both A. At least. Just being like Devil Fire Dog is like pretty sick. I don't like the Mega. I just saw it. I don't like it. I feel like it's over designed. I mean, making the horns bigger is kind of cool, but I think they went too far. That being said, it's probably not as egregious as the other Megas. I can probably put it like here. Seadra or Kingdra or whatever this thing's called. Honestly, I think I like it worse than the last one. Where'd I put the last one? It's probably down a tier from that. I think the other one I like better. Yeah, I think I like this better than this. I don't know. This is still fine. I'll leave it here. It's still fine. It's just I don't like it as much. Fanfi's super cute. Fanfi's A tier. I also do really like Donphan, but probably not enough to bump it up into S tier. So that's probably still A tier. The extra Porygon forms I don't actually think look any better than regular Porygon. But I feel like they're all equally, like, who cares to me. Stantler, it's fine. I don't know, D tier. Smeargle, this one's also just kind of a dude, so... it is painting, though, which is kind of cool, so I'll bump it up to D for that. Another useless baby Pokemon. I don't know. I really don't like the babies that are just there to be, like, pre-evolutions of earlier Pokemon. Hitmontop is pretty cool, though. He's probably the coolest of the Hitmons, to be honest. He can go D, since the other one's in... He's honestly better than that. I'll put Hitmontop and go in B. Miltank. I don't really like Miltank. Miltank can go in D tier. Blissey, who fucking cares? It's not even that different than Chansey, and I'm pretty sure the shiny is infinitely worse. Hold on. Yeah, so, like, it goes from being this, like, green color to being not different. Like, at least this one is, like, a noticeably different pink, but, like, this is just, like, slightly lighter. Whereas, like, I don't know, this is kind of uggo, like, I won't lie. But at least it's, like, different. I don't know. Anyway. Raikou. I wish Raikou had... I think Raikou's shiny color scheme is way better. Oh, I'm stupid. I think Raikou's shiny color scheme is, like, way better than its original color scheme. Like, personally, I think it just, like, comes together a little better. But Raikou's pretty sick. Raikou's probably my... Well, I don't know. I think I would like Suicune better. So Raikou's probably, like, B. Entei I don't like as much, but it's probably still B. It's probably... I don't think it's bad enough to bump it down to C. And then Suicune's probably A. Larvitar's probably like B. Pupitar is probably like C, and then Tyranitar is like S. Tyranitar's really sick. Mega Tyranitar again I think is over designed. I'm gonna put it down here. Lugia is pretty cool. But I don't like his weird hands, so he's gonna go B tier. And then Ho-Oh is gonna be A tier. Celebi's probably S tier design-wise. I like its stupid little onion head. It kind of feels a little reminiscent of Mew, but, like, I think that's fine. Okay, let me delete this again. Gen 3. All right, we did Gen 2 a lot quicker than we did Gen 1. Jesus Christ, we have 7 more gens. Trico's A tier. Whatever the fuck this thing is called is probably like C, and then Sceptile's probably like A tier again. Honestly, yeah, that's fine. Sceptile can be A tier. I was gonna put it in B for a second, but let me look at Mega Sceptile. Yeah, I feel like there are elements of this design that I like. I like the kind of like curved leaf design on the head. And then I like the tail becoming bushy, like a tree, into like a stinger. Like I feel like that's aesthetically cool, but like whatever's going on here, these things on the arms, whatever all these balls are that it gained on its back, like what the fuck is all that? Are these supposed to be berries? Like what is all this? I don't like this anywhere near as much. It's again not as I think it's probably worse than Houndour though. So I'm gonna put it in E tier. Torchic is super cool. I'm gonna say A. I didn't know there's a gender difference, but like I don't fucking care. Whatever this thing is called. Honestly, it's probably D. I don't like this stage. And then Blaziken is really sick. Blaziken Blaziken can be S tier. I'm fine with that. And I think the Mega is actually pretty cool for this one, so I'll probably put the Mega in A. Mudkip is like A, I think. This thing, whatever it's called, is probably like D. I don't like its face, otherwise it's fine. And then this guy is probably also S tier. And then this guy is probably A tier. I do actually quite like Mega Swampert. Poochyena is probably like C. Mightyena is probably like B. Zigzagoon. I don't know. I'll put Zigzagoon at D and C for the. I think the black and white color scheme I like a bit better. I think Linoon sucks. I'm gonna put both of these in F. Wurmple is pretty solid. Let's give it a B tier. I don't like either of the cocoons. They're like actual cocoons, which is like cool, I guess, but Dustox is weird. I also don't really like Beautifly that much. Stop trying to be Butterfree. You'll never be as good as Butterfree. I think Lotad is pretty cool. I'm assuming that's this one, I think. Probably like B. This guy I think sucks. And Ludicolo is really good. C-Dot's kind of funny because he's just like a little nut. So I'll give him C. Nuzleaf's probably just like worse. A little bit D. And I think Shiftry is actually like a pretty sick design. It reminds me of like Jiraiya from Naruto. But it's probably like B. What is this? Talo and Swellow? It's more fucking birds. Who cares? Swellow's a little better. So it can be up in D tier, but like actually who cares? If this was like the first time we'd gotten a normal bird, I feel like it's pretty sick, but like the fucking 15th time we've gotten a normal bird, I don't care anymore. Wingle's really who cares? I don't know. Pelipper's a little better. I actually kind of like Pelipper. I'll put it in C. But like Wingle is like very who cares? Honestly, the Gardevoir line is pretty good. It's probably like BA for me. I don't think either of these quite makes it out of B tier. But like Gardevoir, well, is Gardevoir also B tier? I don't know that Gardevoir is like an A tier design for me, but they're all like solid. Mega Gardevoir sucks. I don't know. She's got a bigger skirt and the thing in the middle of her chest got bigger. For what fucking reason? Skursky. I don't know, it's fine. It's a little water bug dude. And then Masquerain can get fucked. I don't know. No, I feel like it's like interesting compared to like what the other bug types evolve into. Like I feel like the wings or whatever these, I don't even think these are wings being on the head or whatever. And I could probably do a whole deep dive on its design right now, but I'm not going to. I just think it looks a little cooler. This guy's funny as hell. He's probably like C tier, but and then Breloom's probably B tier. I think the slack off line as a whole is really funny. I'm going to talk about this for a second because I think it's like kind of cool. But the the inspiration for the slack off line is apparently like this guy's really lazy. Is like this is the idea behind it. This guy's really lazy. He gets his shit together, which is why Vigoroth is like so active and aggressive, and then he decides that he didn't like that, so he goes back to being lazy. Like that's like that was the design decision behind it, which I think is funny. So I think the line as a whole probably goes in like B for me. They're all like, I don't know. I think that's fair. They're all like solid designs, but none of them are really like stand out to me. Ninkata, who cares? This thing, who cares? And then suddenly Shedinja is like really good. It's like a Ninkata, Ninjask, and Shedinja. Whismer, who cares? Loudred also, who cares? Exploud is pretty good. I'm willing to give like Exploud a B tier. Makuhita is pretty good. Probably like a C. And like Hariyama's probably like a B tier. I know I don't like the babies, but this one's really cute, so this one gets a B tier. No, Nosepass is like not great, but it's not like down here either. Skitty and Delcatty, who fucking cares? Skitty's probably like E. And then that's probably there for me. I've never liked Sableye. It's like fine. Mega Sableye is actually pretty cool, but again, I don't know why they didn't just make it an evolution. I don't know. Mawile has like a cool typing, but I honestly don't really like its design. I'm gonna put both of them down here. I really don't like Mawile that much. I don't know. It's just like looks like a small child with a weird monster ponytail. I feel like it's strange. These are all making a new tier just to talk about how bad these are, Brandon. Nah, JK. I'm just saying that because I know you like these a lot. This is probably like B. This is probably like C. I don't really like the middle form. But then this is probably like S. This is like a really good form. This is probably like what the Rhyhorn line should have evolved into. Like something looking like this. Oh, is this Mega? Is there a Mega Aggron? What the fuck does this look like? It's actually kind of solid, to be honest. I don't like it as much as I like Aggron, but I like the idea that it's like covering its exposed bits with more steel. Like I think that's a cool concept for a Mega Evolution. I think it looks a little worse. So it probably goes down to like a B tier for me, but it's still like it's a cool concept. Meditite, I kind of like Meditite as a Pokemon, but design-wise I'm not a huge fan. And then this guy is just like, I don't know, a little better, I guess. But like I don't think they look very good. And the Mega version is this one's at least not over-designed. I'll give that can have a C. Electrike, who... Wow, this gen added a lot of Pokemon. Holy shit. I don't hate Electrike, but it's just kind of there. I don't think the evolution's any better. This is also a very over-designed Mega. I think it looks so stupid with the big giant lightning bolt. I've controversial take, but I've never liked Plusle and Minun. I think they suck. I think they're just like Pikachu ripoffs based off a magnet. You know what I mean? But like they're not. I don't know. I just don't think they're very interesting. They're like decent like support Pokemon, but like I don't know. I don't think design-wise they're very interesting. These things both suck ass. These are like maybe the worst designed Pokemon, like some of the worst designed Pokemon ever. They're supposed to be electric bugs or something, right? Is that even their typing? I assume so, because they're named like Volbeat and shit. Okay, apparently that's banned, so. Roselia is really cool. I like Roselia. I probably shouldn't have said really cool, because I'm not going to go throw it in B tier, but... This is named Swalot, or is this Gulpin? One of these is Gulpin, one of them's Swalot. I don't know. Does anybody care about these, like, actually? I don't, like, hate these, but just, like, what are they? I guess I probably shouldn't put them in hate tier, but No, this feels like the Pokemon they go with. Again, I'm not really going off of what these say. I'm just kind of going off the letter. I just didn't want to take the time to change them. Carvana, I think, is pretty cool. Why the fuck the Piranha is evolving into a shark is beyond me. But I think Sharpedo is like an actively worse design. It's probably like D. And then what the fuck what does Mega Sharpedo look like? Yo, actually, why do people like Mega Evolution? Like, genuine, like, I feel like people are just remembering the good ones. I don't know, maybe it was just like a fun mechanic in that gen. I haven't played through that whole gen, so like, I don't know, maybe I'm being crazy, maybe I'm being a little rude, but like, what is this? This looks so bad. I actually like, it's just Sharpedo, but they added yellow lines and like some spikes on the front. Like, pointless. Holy shit. Now, Wailord. I don't know if this is controversial or not. Oh, fuck, I lost it. That's not good. Oh, he's up here. Okay. I don't know if this is going to be controversial or not, but I kind of like Wailmer more than I like Wailord. I think Wailmer is like S and Wailord's like A, but like... what is this? Nummel is this thing's name? I feel like... I actually like Camerupt quite a bit, but this thing's kind of whatever. It's probably like D and then like a B tier. Honestly, not terrible. Again, I think they could have just given, like, made this an evolution. But, like, the volcano becoming one big volcano on the back is pretty sick. And the aesthetic of the lava dripping down is also pretty cool. I don't like these tufts of hair in the front. Oh, but I guess that's maintaining from original Camerupt, so... This actually probably... I think this, like, again, this would be just, like, a pretty solid, like, cool evolution to the two-stage line that already existed instead of making it, like, a separate thing that nobody can ever get again. But yeah, that's actually, like, I feel like the megas are very hit or miss. I think people just, I'm under the impression people just remember the hits more. I like it, but I probably don't like it enough to, like, bump it up a tier. Now Torkoal. This boy understood the assignment. It's a fire turtle. I don't know. I just think that's a cool concept. Spoink is funny. Probably give it like B tier, and then this fucking thing is ass. Spinda's really interesting because I think as a Pokemon it's like kind of useless, but I think it's fun that like there's like so many Spinda dot patterns that any Spinda you've caught is very likely like a unique Spinda that nobody else has. And like that's kind of cool conceptually, so I'll put it here in like a C. Trapinch is probably like B. And I feel like Vibrava is like D. And then Flygon is probably... Is Flygon S tier? Nah, Flygon's probably A, but Flygon's a really good design. This guy's A, and then I feel like the evolution makes it worse. The evolution is cool, but I just kind of like that one better. Like, it being like a scarecrow cactus is definitely like a pretty cool aesthetic, which is why it's still going to be like up in B tier. But I just like this little round little fuck better. Yeah. I think Cloudbird is like a really cool aesthetic. This is probably like... This is probably C, and then the Altaria is probably B for me. I don't think they do as much with the concept as they could, but I think it's like a good go at it. Oh, is this Mega Altaria? Fuck, hold on. It's fine. I don't think it's like worse or over designed, but I also don't think it's like a huge step up by any means. Yeah, I can probably just go in B tier with it. It's like fine. Zangoose, I don't really care for. I think that's probably controversial. I think people like Zangoose. This is a much better attempt at a snake Pokemon, but it's then like a first stage snake Pokemon than Ekans. But the fact that it doesn't have an evolution kind of holds it back for me. I don't even remember where I put Ekans. I want to make sure I put it above Ekans. Okay, Ekans is in E. I think you probably go C. I think this is solid. These I'm going to put in the same tier. I'm just moving them up at the same time. And conceptually, I feel like having like Sun and Moon Pokemon that are like Rock Psychic is pretty good. B is probably fair. I was just kind of going up until it felt right. I think Barboach looks kind of dumb. Whiscash is a little better, but I'm still trying to figure out why an eel evolves into a catfish. I can never remember this thing's name because when me and Andrew did our Soul Link, he named it Absol. So every time I see this thing, I think that the name is Absol. But anyway, it's pretty good. I honestly think the early form. I know this thing is Crawdaunt, but I can't remember this one. Corphish, is that it? Anyway, this is probably like B, and then this is C. Ball toy. I don't know, C tier. Claydol's kind of cool. There's definitely cooler Pokemon that exist. I don't know, I don't think he's cool enough for me to bump him up a tier, but I think he's like a little cooler than Claydol. I like whatever this form is called better than the next form. I know one of them is Cradilly. I just don't remember which is which. But it's probably like C and then D for me. Honestly, this thing can just stay in E tier. It's kind of uggo. I don't really like Armaldo either. I don't know if that's controversial. I don't really know if people like Armaldo, but it's probably like, again, like this one's probably like C and D. I don't like hate the things in this one, but they're just kind of like there, I guess. Feebas. Feebas is just kind of like ugly Magikarp. I'm going to put it in D. I think like the whole idea of like it evolving into Melodic, like the idea of the line is really cool, and like Melodic's probably going to go up in like A or S tier, but I don't think like Feebas is kind of like, I don't know. It's just kind of uggo. Yeah, Melodic's probably S tier. Like it's probably an S tier design. I don't fucking care about cast form, I'm going to be honest. It's probably, like, they're all going in the same one. Actually, you know what? The normal form is going lower because it just has a fucking ball sack, and I hate that. And the rest can go there. Kecleon I don't care about. It's going to go there. I don't like Banette. Like, I actively have a pretty strong dislike for Banette. I don't like that it's just a gimp suit. I also don't really like that. I think it's kind of funny. But the fact that, like, whatever this thing is called is just kind of like a boner blanket, like a blanket with a boner, like I don't like that. Mega Banette's actually an upgrade over Banette. Again, probably could have just been an evolution, but I like the zippers all over it now, and it being like unzipped to reveal some like fucking Eldritch Horror underneath. It's like honestly like B tier. It's one of the better megas, I feel like. I think Duskull is really cool. Like Duskull is probably a B tier, and then I feel like Dusclops is worse. So that's probably like C. It's not like that much worse, but Tropius I really like. It sucks that Tropius is like a bad Pokemon. Like that it's not like good at anything, but like it's for me it's an A tier design. This is what, Chincho or Chimecho? I don't remember what the baby one's called. Is this Chimecho? Is that what it's called? And then one of them's Chimecho and one of them's Chimecho or something. I genuinely don't remember. I don't know. It's a bell. I'm not really understanding why it's a bell. That's a ghost. Kind of weak, in my opinion. Absol's just really edgy. I don't really like it. Mega Absol is even edgier somehow. Why not is cute, but it's a baby Pokemon, so it goes here. This thing, I don't really understand why it's a big triangle, but it can be D tier. I don't really like hate it. Glalie pretty sick. I do like both the things this evolves into, I think are pretty sick. Glalie can probably go like B tier. Mega Glalie, no, I hate that. Let me get a better view of it. It's, you know, it's definitely not as bad as I initially thought. I'll probably move it up a little bit. The fact that its jaw, like, just fucking unhinges, although it is a ghost Pokemon, so I guess that fits. And then I like that the horns become like icicles. That's actually pretty solid. I've come around on it. I don't think this picture really does it justice, like what it is conceptually. Honestly, I'll put it A tier. I think it's probably actually better than original Glalie. Spheal is really cool. Spheal's A tier. The middle one is kind of who cares. And this guy's like probably like a B. I think Spheal is just like this perfect little round little fatty, and like that's really cool. Huntail's so ugly. I also don't like Gorbis. Clamperl is like decent. Clamperl's probably like a C. Nah, I'll keep it in D. I don't know. Relicanth is probably like a C. It's fine. It's a rockfish. I don't know. Its name is cool. Love Disc, who cares? It's like kind of cute, but like fucking who cares? Trying to think. This thing is weird. I feel like it has like a weird little mullet on its head, so it's probably C. And I feel like this thing's so funny. It's like Bagon, Shelgon, and Salamence. This thing's probably like a B for me just because it's a little ball with legs. And I feel like that's kind of fucking hilarious. And this is Salamence is A tier. Mega Salamence, I'm not quite as much a fan of. It definitely doesn't like ruin the design like the other, like some of the other ones, but I think it's probably like a C tier for me. So I don't really care about this line that much until like it's probably like D and then like C for this guy. And this is probably like Metagross is probably A. Mega Metagross I think is another bad Mega, so I'm just gonna put it down here. Okay. I think Reggie Ice is the best designed one, and Reggie Steel is probably the worst designed one. But I'm still thinking Reggie Ice is probably A, and the other two are probably B. Latios is... These are both probably B tier. I'm not like huge fans of Latios and Latias. And then the Megas I think are pretty ass from what I can see. I don't think they don't look very good to me. I don't know. They're like fine, I guess. I don't know. They just turn... I also don't like that they both look the same as Megas. I think that's kind of weird. And then they just kind of look like they turn into jets. Kyogre. Kyogre is probably like... Honestly, I feel like Kyogre is probably A, and then Primal Kyogre is probably S. I think strong argument for them both to be S, but I think just because like Primal Kyogre... I think Primal Kyogre looks a little cooler. And so I'm going to separate them. Groudon I think is like C and B. I've never really liked Groudon. I don't think he looks like a Pokemon. I think he looks like a weird early art of a Yu-Gi-Oh monster. like some art that they would end up like revising and releasing a cooler looking card of later. But then like Primal Groudon's pretty good. Honestly, both Rayquazas might be an S tier. I feel like both the designs are pretty good. Mega Rayquaza is one of the few that's like not super over designed, I think. Yeah, so I'm gonna say they can both be an S tier. Jirachi's pretty good. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of just again another take on like the Mew Celebi thing. So I'll probably put it just in like B tier. Look, I'm not rating all the forms of Deoxys, I'm gonna be honest. I don't care. I'm just gonna rate Deoxys as a whole. Honestly, like I think the 3 that I put in here are just like worse than this one, so but probably like A. Deoxys is pretty good. Okay. Where'd my water go? Let me get a drink real quick. I'm also gonna stand my desk up, so that I can stand and do a gen or two, because I'm getting tired of sitting at my desk. Okay, I don't really know where my water is, so I just got myself a glass of water, but I'm sure it'll turn up. Okay, that was me putting my desk into standing mode. So this is weird. I haven't recorded with it like this yet, so I'm not really sure how it's gonna work. I just know I need to not sit anymore. So probably do like 2 or so gens like this, and then I'll go back to sitting. Okay, continuing on. Turtwig A, for sure. Damn, can I zoom out more? This is a little ridiculous now, but yeah. This thing, I can't even like actually see what the letters say. Okay, there we go. Grottle is just like not good. I think it's like D probably. And then Torterra is, I grabbed Chimchar. Yeah, Torterra is probably S tier. Actually, I think all three of these have really awkward middle stages. Like this guy's probably also D, and then like Chimchar is probably I think Chimchar and Infernape are both probably A. I don't think Infernape is S. Oh, fucking shit. Okay. Oh no, where did Piplup go? Ah, there we go. We lost Piplup in E tier. Piplup is probably my favorite of that line. Piplup's probably honestly S tier. And then this thing is, I don't know, like C. I don't think it's as awkward as the other middle stages for that. And then Empoleon's probably like B for me. I don't like that Empoleon's beak is also its horns. It is my main opposition to Empoleon. I don't know. I feel like Starly and the middle form are kind of who cares, and then Staraptor is like a B. Nah, C's fine. Barbarelle is like not good. I'm gonna say E for Barbarelle, but then like Bidoof's like a solid B tier. I think if its name wasn't so funny, people wouldn't like it as much, but I think it would still be pretty popular because it's like a solid design. I think Kricketot is another kind of like who cares design for me, like right, like E tier, and then Kricketune is a little better. It's also got a really iconic cry. I'm gonna put Kricketune up in like B tier for design. I think Shinx is solid. I'll put like Shinx in C. Luxio's a little awkward, but it's probably still like a C tier. And then one sec, I gotta get rid of these. Luxray is probably like A. Badoo is a baby, but it's cute, so I'll put it in the E tier. Roserade's honestly like bad. I think Roserade's worse than Roselia. Or whatever way I'm actually marking this. I honestly don't like it. Cranidos is pretty cool. Probably give it like a B tier, and I think Rampardos is going to be like a C tier for me. And I think these are probably like C and D. I think the big shield face looks kind of stupid. Oh, Burmy. Honestly, Burmy and Wormadam are probably all in E tier. Honestly, same with Mothim. Little Honeycomb dude is pretty cool. I give it like a B tier. And then Vespiquen is like, I think is cool, but I don't think it's higher than B tier. Like, I don't think it goes up to an A tier for me, but it is cool. Pachirisu is pretty sick design. I feel like this is where they started making actual like good Pikachu clones. Honestly, I'll give Pachirisu. Yeah, I'll give Pachirisu A tier. Oh, is this Floatzel? Or it's Weasel and Floatzel? Kind of cool, but like not that cool. I'll go like C and B probably. Honestly, maybe double C is probably what I'm gonna do. So I feel like the cherries are like fine. Whatever this thing is where it's like covered up, I don't really like. But when it comes out and it's like a cherry blossom, I think cherry blossoms aesthetically are so cool. So I'm gonna give that a B tier. One sec. I'm not going to rank these differently based on the forms. I think they're probably the same for me. Probably like, it's probably like C and B. I hate this thing. Drifloon is pretty cool. It's probably, they're honestly, I feel like Drifloon and Driftblame are both A tier for me. I think Baneri is a better design than the Lopunny. I think it's probably like B and C for me. Mega Lopunny I don't think is very good. Miss Magius I think is S tier. I love Miss Magius. I love that it gets the witch hat. Honchkrow is also really cool. That's going to be an A tier. Both of these are stupid. I hate these. Oh, here's Chingling or whatever it's called. I don't know. I feel like a little Ghost Bell is kind of cool. Yeah, I'll bump them up to D. Again, I'm not really a big fan of the babies. This is a skunk. It's a skunk. I don't know. I'll give them. They can both be in D tier. They're like fine. I don't really have anything too heavily against them, but like they're there. They exist. I don't know. I'm not even sure what Bronzong's supposed to be. I'm guessing a little gong. It's probably like C and B tier. I do like the evolution better. Bronzor being like the big bell. Bonsley is probably like E. Mime Jr. Mime Jr. is cute, but like, I don't know. Chatot funny. I like the fact that in the gen it came out, you could say whatever you wanted into the mic, and then when you use the move Chatter on Chatot, it would repeat it, so you could be like, fuck you into the mic, and then it would like play that to your opponent when you attacked them. I think that's pretty funny. Spiritomb is probably S tier. I think Spiritomb is a sick design. It's shiny, has really cool colors. So I'm comfy giving that an S tier. Gibble. Hold on, let me get rid of the gendered versions first. I think Gibble's probably like B. The middle form is probably like a C. And then Garchomp is A tier. Honestly, Garchomp can be S. I really like Garchomp. Mega Garchomp looks like shit, so it gets to be F. Now I know I said I don't like the babies, but Munchlax is really cool. So Munchlax get to be in B tier. Riolu looks like it was at least added in the same gen as Lucario, which I think makes it better. I think that makes it a C tier. Lucario's probably like an A. Mega Lucario is actually not egregious. I would probably also give it an A. So I think some of them are over designed and some of them are like pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty sick. I really like the way the hair looks. And then like it getting the spikes is like kind of cool. Oh, it had spikes already? Okay. Well, the spikes, it gets more or something. I don't know. It's really not that big of a change, huh? But I don't know. It looks a little more menacing, I guess. What's this fucking thing called? Hippopotas or whatever. Once again, I'm going to get rid of the gendered versions. I don't know. It's a hippo. I don't really know what more you want. It's like, okay. Probably do that. Skorupi is probably like... Oh, I didn't want to do that. Fuck. Okay, well, I don't know where it went to. If I see it, I'll move it again, but I genuinely don't know where it went. Skorupi and then whatever this thing is called. I was going to put them in C and B is what I was going to do, so... Oh, here it is. Okay, I found it. Cool. Yeah, Drudy, whatever this thing's called. I genuinely can't remember. I feel like Toxicroak should be cooler than it is, to be honest, based on its like concept. But I just think it's not that cool. I mean, I could probably do like, I don't know. I honestly don't like it that much. I probably would do D and C. I don't know what Carnivine is, so it's like kind of cool, but I don't really know what the fuck is going on. These are like, who fucking cares? They're just fish. Mantine's a baby, but it's cute, so that's cool. So here there's Snover is probably like B. And then Barack Obama is probably like A. What does the Mega look like? That's not bad. Yeah, it's like fine. I don't really like it. Honestly, I probably like it a little less than. I don't know. It's like fine. It's like about the same as regular Obama Snow. What's this fucking thing called? Weavile. Weavile is actually kind of solid. I probably put it in like B tier, but Magnezone is pretty cool. I feel like this is a much better evolution. I'm kind of actually glad they added this. Yeah, I'll give it an A tier. I like Magnezone. Licky Licky is terrible. I know there's people who don't like Rhyperior, and I'm not really sure why. I don't think Rhyperior's that bad. I don't think it's like the best design in the world, but I feel like it's like a B. I kind of like Tangrowth. Probably not like that much. Probably like a C tier about, but I wish that this website had the functionality to go further to the sides. I feel like that would fix a lot of the issue here, but I don't know. They need room for their ads, I guess. They're not even running ads on the sides. Okay, interesting. I think that Electivire and Magmortar are both pretty good. They're also, I think, good additions. I probably still put them both in like B tier, but I think that like they're significantly better than their like middle evolutions. Togekiss is better than Togetic, but I probably still wouldn't put it higher than B tier. I don't remember where I put Togetic, but Yanmega, it's probably C. I don't know. I don't remember where I put Yanma. It's in my head. It's like a little better than Yanma is also in C. Okay, I'll put it in B then. I really like Leafeon. I think Leafeon is S tier. Glaceon is probably A tier for me. This is the Gligar evolution. I don't remember what it's called. It's a little better than Gligar, I feel like. I'm down to give it a B tier. I don't like Piloswine. I think it's just worse than Mamoswine, or I don't know if I'm reversing the order or not. Porygon Z or whatever is I don't like. Gallade's pretty cool. Probably like a B tier still. I like it less than Gardevoir, but it's still pretty solid. What does Mega Gallade look like? Okay, that's better than Mega Gardevoir, I think, but I don't think it's very good still. I'll put it like here. I don't really remember where I put Mega Gardevoir, but Probopass is like kind of silly. I don't remember where I put Nosepass, but I'll put Probopass in like D probably. I don't know. I honestly don't even think it's like, it doesn't even feel very different to me. Dusknoir is definitely better than Dusclops. I'd probably put it in like B. Frostlass is pretty sick. Frostlass is probably like an A tier for me. I'm not rating all the Rotom forms. I'm just gonna rate Rotom like as a concept. And I also don't know where I just fucking put it. So that's pretty exciting. Rotom conceptually I probably would have put an A, just in case. Oh, there it is. I wasn't sure if I was gonna find it or not. It's kind of hard now with everything being so small, but like I also don't want to spend 90 minutes scrolling every time I put a Pokemon into a tier. Uxie, Mesper, Azelf, they all suck. Dialga, pretty good. Probably like a B tier for me. The whatever this version is called, Origin or Primal or something, is probably like a C. I think they look weird. Palkia is probably also like a B tier for me. Honestly, I like Dialga more. Dialga can be A. And then the Palkia's form, the origin form thing is like even worse. It loses its arms, so that's gonna be like an F tier for me. Heatran is kind of Uggo, to be honest. I like Heatran as a Pokemon because its typing is like Fire and Steel, but like it's Uggo. I'm gonna put it here. Regigigas, it looks really cool. It's probably the best of the Regi designs. I'm gonna put it up in A tier. Giratina, both of these forms are gonna be in S tier. Cresselia is probably like a solid B. I don't really like Manaphy or Fion, to be honest. I feel like C tier and then like, I don't know, probably honestly D tier because it's just like the same fucking Pokemon, but like a little worse. Darkrai is pretty cool. Probably gonna be like A tier. Shaman. Shaman, I think this form is S tier. I think the Sky form is probably just like A. I'm similarly not rating all of the Arceus forms. I will rate one Arceus and that's it. Arceus is probably like a B for me. It's like cool, but I'm not like crazy about it. Give me one sec to throw all these in here and then we'll move on to Gen 5. Honestly, making pretty decent time. Just kind of sad considering how long this has been, but oh fuck, that's not what I wanted to do. What did I just do? Yeah, okay. I thought I did it again for a second. Add a row below. Okay. I'm gonna zoom back in, I guess. I feel like I can't really see. Victini's pretty cool. I think probably like B tier for me, but like cool. I don't really like Snivy. Frankly, I don't like the fact that it loses its arms. It's not like terrible, so I'll put it like in D, but like I think this whole line goes in D for me. Tepig is pretty sick. I kind of like all the forms of Tepig. I think it's probably like B. And then C. And then this is going to be A for me. Um, Oshawtt's cool. Oshawott itself is probably like a C tier. And so is Dewott, probably. But I really like both versions of Samurott. I think they're both pretty cool. I think they're both A tier. Patrat and Watchog are both fucking awful. Lillipup is fine, I guess. The middle form is kind of whatever. I'll probably put the middle form in D tier. And then Stoutland is probably also just like C tier. Who fucking cares about these cats? I feel like the first forms of these, well, I don't know. I feel like the first forms of the monkeys are probably all like, I don't know, C tier. And the second forms for me, I think, are all D tier. The best one is probably the grass one. Just because the evolution has like Elvis hair or something, but like I feel like the rest of them kind of suck. They're like kind of cool, but I don't know. I don't think they evolve into anything special. Muna's weird. Muna and Musharna probably like D and C for me. Who fucking cares about Pidove? Blitzel and Zebstrike are pretty good. I feel like this guy's pretty good. I like that his name's Roggenrola. I probably give this guy like a B. This guy's honestly pretty cool too. I was gonna give him a C, but I think he probably is deserving of a B. It's like Boldor and then Gigalith. I think Gigalith is probably A for me. Woobat's really funny. Woobat's probably a B tier. And then the evolution is like E. I think it's super ugly. Drillbur and Excavalier or something is what they're called. Probably like C and B. Audino sucks, so does Mega Audino. Timber is probably like C tier. Girder, I think, kind of is like super uggo. So I'll probably put him in like E tier. And then, I don't know, Conkeldurr's probably also C tier for me, to be honest. I don't think he's good enough to get bumped up to B tier. This guy's cute. It's probably still C tier. I don't know. It's just a little thingy. This guy's ugly as shit. And then Seismitoad's pretty cool. I'd probably give him like a B tier. I don't care about Sawk and Throw. I think they are kind of ass. This guy's super cute. Sawaddle, I think. Probably give him a B tier. And then I just don't know. Maybe this guy's called Sawaddle. These are probably both B for me, though. And then, honestly, the whole line is probably like a B tier line for me. I feel like who cares about this guy, right? Like, he's not bad, but then the guy rolling up into like a roly-poly is pretty cool, so I'll give him like C. And then this guy's also probably C. They're like, okay. I really like Cottony and Whimsicott. They're probably like B and A for me. Potentially could have been A and S, but now that I've already placed them, I'm not going back to find them and change them. Sorry, I was just having more water. Let's see. Petalil. I don't know. He's kind of just like worse oddish. I'll put him in D tier. And then let's see, it's like Lilligant. Looking to be C. It's like kind of cool. I actually think the Hisuian form is worse, so I'll probably put that down here in D. I'm only rating one of the versions of Basculin. There's like different. One of the versions can evolve in the Hisuian ones. I don't know. It's D. It's just like a mean fish. It's just like it's honestly just kind of worse Carvana. This whole line is probably A tier for me. Maybe like B and then AA. But I feel like this is like a pretty good line. It's like Sandile, Krokorok, and Crocodile. Darmanitan's pretty cool. I feel like it's like pretty cool, but I feel like both forms are C. I think like every form of this is probably C tier, to be honest. I don't really know what's going on with this, so I'm not gonna rate it, or this, so I'm not gonna rate it. But I think it's like some kind of alternate form for it, but I'm not sure how you acquire it or anything. So. But they probably also would have just been in the same tier. Still, what is this, Maractus or something? I don't know. D. This guy is probably D. He's a little snail crab thing. Crustle, I think, is a lot better. I think that's good. That's probably a B tier design. I don't know. Who cares? And then I feel like the evolution's like decent, so like C tier. This thing's called like Sigalith or something. It's probably Flying Psychic. It's like the fourth Flying Psychic one. I don't know. D tier. Yamask is pretty cool. Probably go B tier on Yamask. Probably on both forms of Yamask. B tier. And then Cophagrigus is going to be A. Is a turtle. I don't know. I'll give it like D because I think it's like kind of cool, like kind of good color scheme, and turtles are cool. Caracosta can go C. Archen is honestly probably like C. It's probably the reverse. I think Archen is C, and then Archeops is D. I hate the way this thing looks when it's flying. I recently got this thing in Pokemon Go, and I think its like flying animation is so weird. Little garbage. I honestly think the little garbage bag's pretty good. Little garbage bag dude's probably like B, and this is probably also B. And then the giant version is honestly probably also B. I don't think it's that much better. Let me Gigantamax Garbodor. It's like, I like that it's like so big that it has like fucking like a cruise ship and like a plane and shit in it. It looks like it's toys, but like I think that's like cool visually, but it's probably still B tier for me. It apparently has a train coming out of its ass, so that's kind of weird. Zoro is like kind of cool. I probably give like the base forms. Honestly, I probably like the base forms more than the evolutions. I probably give like these both B's. And I feel like original Zoroark actually is probably like C. And then I think this guy's actually maybe like an A. I think the Hisuian version actually does look really cool. And it's like, I think it's the only ghost normal type, which is pretty sick. So, who cares about Chinchino? Gothita, I feel like the first two forms are like really who cares, and then like the final form's like okay. Scoliosis or whatever this thing is called is pretty good. I know one of them is Reuniclus. One of them is Duosion. think it's Solosis, Duosion, Reuniclus. I'll get the final version B. I think it's like solid. I don't know. Ducklet and Swanna are really who cares. I think the ice cream's better than people give it credit for, but it's still not great. But I think it's like fine. I'm not rating all the deerlings. Give me a sec. Let me put them all the things in here. I think like having a deer Pokemon that changes based on the seasons is pretty cool. It being grass normal is also kind of a cool typing. So I'm gonna put the whole line in C tier, but just like because it's cool conceptually, but it's about all I'm willing to give it. Emolga's pretty cool. That can be, it's like C tier. I think it's called like Karaka Blast or something. I'll give it D. The evolution's worse. Fungus can be C. I think Amoonguss is B. I'm only rating one of the Frillish forms. Frillish is probably B, and then Jellicent's probably A for me. I think they're pretty cool. Alomaloa or whatever this thing's called, I think is F. First of all, I'm confused at why it's not a Love Disc evolution. Alomomola is apparently what it's called. But, like, I don't know. It's, like, literally in the shape of a heart in pink and a fish. And I'm like, why is this not a Love Disc evolution? But anyway. It's ugly. I don't know. I don't like the way it looks. Joltik's pretty cool. Electric Spider is, like, solid. It's going to be B and A tier. This guy's actually sick. This is probably, like, A and S for me. I think this line is kind of sucks. I don't think it sucks like super hard, but like it kind of sucks. I feel like Tynamo is cool, right? Like probably not like super cool, but like it's a little cute little fish guy. And then I don't understand the point of there being a middle evolution in this line. And also this is kind of uggo. But at least it like exists. I don't know. At least it's like a final evolution instead of being a pointless middle evolution. I feel like when I say that, like, good time to clarify 2 hours into this fucking video. But when I say like a middle evolution is pointless, I mean like it's not different enough design wise for me to warrant there being a middle evolution. Which maybe is not true of these, right? Like maybe that this is different enough from this, but like I don't know. I feel like you could have just made the jump from the other one to this, but anyway. This is like LGM and Domo Origato or something. I don't remember the evolution name. I don't know. They're aliens. The E tier. Litwick is pretty sick. I'm gonna give Litwick B. Whatever this thing is called. Probably like C. And then I think I'm gonna give this A. Let's see. I think this is like one of the worst dragon designs, to be honest. Like I think this guy's fine, but he's like not better than like Larvitar, right? So like C. And this guy's like the weird middle evolution, D. And then I honestly don't even think Haxorus is like better than a C. I feel like pretty much every like pseudo dragon is cooler than Haxorus. I don't know. Cubchoo's cute. I'll probably give it like a C. And then Beartic is honestly, I think Beartic's a worse design. Let's go D tier. Cryogonal is like maybe one of the most pointless Pokemon of all time. A single evolution ice type, like what the fuck is the point? Shelmet is honestly probably cooler than what, well, A Selgor is fine. They're probably both C tier. I hate Stunfisk. I think Stunfisk is really stupid. Sorry, I was getting more water. This is Mienfu and Mienshao. I feel like Mienfu is like an E, but Mienshao is like kind of okay. It's probably like a C. Druddigan is so ugly. I hate Druddigan. Golett and Golurk are both solid. Herber. I'm honestly going to give Golurk like an S. I think it's really cool. Ground Ghost is a really cool typing, and I think it's like a... Making it like a golem is like a really cool interpretation of that typing. Sorry, I realized my blinds weren't closed. Poniard is pretty solid. Probably give it like a C. And then Bisharp. I might also be saying these in the wrong order. I don't. Bisharp's probably like a B. Bouffalon, I think it's kind of like a worse Tauros, but then it also has an afro, which is kind of cool. So I'll put it in C. I don't actually remember where I put Tauros, to be honest. I don't really like Rufflet and Braviary. I'd probably put them like in D tier. Hisui and Braviary is not like that much better. Honestly, same thing with the Vulture one. Why is this motherfucker in a diaper? You know what I mean? Weird. Heatmore is also kind of ass. I think Durant is pretty cool. Durant's probably like a C tier. This thing's name is like Dion or something. Honestly, the first form probably like E tier. Nah, that's probably a little rude. Probably like D tier. And then I feel like this one going up to 2 heads is probably like C tier. And then I feel like Hydreigon is A tier. Larvitar, probably B, not Larvitar, whatever the fuck that thing's called. And then Volcarona is probably A tier. Larvesta. Okay, this is Cobalion. Honestly, all these kind of suck, in my opinion. Cobalion, Terrakion, and then Verizon Wireless, or whatever it's called. Verizon Wireless, I think, is a bit better, so I'd probably put it in C tier. Okay, here's what I'm going to do here. Is I'm only going to rank one of the genies in there. I fucking don't remember what I know one of the forms is incarnate and the other one is something else. But I'm only going to rank one of them in this form because I think they're all the same and they're all like, I don't know, just kind of like a C tier for me. Then I think whatever the forms are when they become animals is like more interesting to rank. This thing looks bad. I think D tier. This thing is a little better. It's like C tier probably. And I think Landorus. I think it's Therian is the other one. It's like Therian and Incarnate. Landorus is probably like a B though. Zekrom and Reshiram I think also look like Yu-Gi-Oh monsters. Like they don't fit. They don't look like they fit Pokemon to me. They're fine, like design-wise, so I'll give them C tier. This thing is cool, Kyurem or whatever it's called. It's probably still C tier for me. I don't think it goes up at all. These are like the fused forms. I'm not ranking them. They're probably just gonna be in C tier again. I didn't realize Keldeo had different forms. I'm not even gonna rank the other one because I don't know what that is. I don't know. D tier. I don't really like Keldeo. Looks like a fucking My Little Pony character. I'm not gonna rank both the forms of Meloetta. I'm just gonna rank the one. Meloetta's probably like a B for me. I really like that they put like 5 different versions of Genesect that look identical. I think that's pretty cool. Genesect. It's probably like a B. Okay, we're on Gen 6 or 7 or something. I don't actually know what gen we're on. Hey, we're not that far from the end. That's not that bad. Especially like these are ones I already did. Like I only actually have to go to here. So it's like 10 or 15 rows that I don't actually have to do. Hey, let's go. Frankly, I think the first form of Chespin is its best one, and it's only like a C tier. This is probably like F. Quadillion or whatever it's called, and there's like Chestnut. That's probably like a DT. It's probably also C. I don't like it as I don't think I like it as much as I like Chespin, but I don't think it's D tier. Fennekin. It's probably like D. C, B for me. I think a lot of people like the middle form of Delphox more than the final form, but I'm not one of those people. I like the witch aesthetic. Okie dokie, Froakie. Froakie's probably like B. Frogadier is probably like D for me. I don't really care. And then I'm not ranking whatever the gender difference is here, and I'm not ranking Battle Bond. Greninja's like a solid A tier though. This thing sucks, man. This thing's always popping up for me in Pokemon Go. It's just a bunny, and then it turns into a fucking fat ass. Oh, Talonflame is kind of sick. I feel like I don't care about the first 2 forms. Like, they're fine, I guess. I don't know. But then actual Talonflame is like a pretty solid B, I think. I don't know. Scatterbug's like D, I guess. Spew is probably also D. I'm not ranking all the Pavilion for obvious reasons. There's like 40 of them or some shit. I think getting rid of so many right now is actually, it's making me feel kind of good though. Pavilion, I think the idea of it having like different forms based on regions is kind of cool, but I really don't think it's higher than C tier. Litleo is kind of cool, I guess. I don't know, C tier, and then I think I'm gonna both the Pyroforms are the same for me. The Pyroforms are just kind of B tier. I probably like the male version better with the full mane, but they're both pretty cool. Similarly, I'm not ranking all the versions of Floette. I honestly think this one starts cute and then kind of gets worse. Or the final form is worse, at least. Like, I think this is like a B tier for the first 2 forms, and then Floor just comes along and is just like, what the fuck is this thing? Go-Go and Skidoo are pretty cool. I probably go like C and B tier. Pancham is one of my favorite Pokemon designs ever. I like that it's a panda and a mobster. That's pretty sick. So like it's honestly A, and then Pangoro is like an S for me. I'm similarly not ranking all the versions of Furfrou. I don't care about this thing, any of the versions. I guess it's kind of cool that it's like a dog that you can like do grooming with. But like I just don't care. I don't know. Um, Esper, I don't like too much. Probably E. And then Meowstic, I'm not ranking the gender differences for Meowstic. Meowstic is honestly also... Meowstic's probably F. I think I like this less than Esper. I'll leave it in E, because I don't think it's, like, that egregious, but, like, I'm just not a fan. So... I'm not ranking both the forms of Aegislash, like the combat for the sword. So Aegislash is honestly like an A tier. I think it's like a really good design. Doublade is stupid. I don't really understand why this exists. I think this could have been a 2-stage evolution. It like turns into 2 swords and then into a sword and a shield. It like makes no fucking sense. But I'll give whatever the first form is called. B tier. I hate this thing, both forms. I think they both look awful. Same thing with Slurpuff or whatever the fuck this thing's called. Inkay is actually kind of solid. I'd probably do like C and B. I hate both forms of this. Skrelp is cool. Skrelp is probably like B and A. I like that it's Poison Dragon also. I think that's kind of like a cool typing. Clauncher and Clawitzer are pretty good. Probably go C and B here. I don't care about either of these. They're not gonna be this bottom tier. I think they're probably like here, but like not great. Tyron, I'll say I think these are gonna be honestly like D and C. And I think this Aurorus or whatever it's called is gonna be C and B. Sylveon is honestly maybe S tier, but definitely A. I'm going to stick it in S tier. I feel like that's probably fair. Hawlucha is A tier. The bird luchador is really cool. And then like I think like flying fighting is a pretty cool typing. I don't know how many other things have that. I think the Dean is one of the not as good Pika clones. It has cool typing, being Electric Fairy, but I don't know, or Dedenne, or however the fuck you say this thing's name. Carbink, I don't care, and I'm confused why it's not related to Diancie in any way, because it looks like Diancie evolves from it, but I think everybody's kind of confused by that. I like Sliggoo. I think Sliggoo's pretty cool. I'd probably go B for like the base form. Probably like C on the middle form. The middle form, this is the Hisuian version from Arceus. I actually like that probably a bit better, so I'd probably go B there. A on the final form. Fucking stop. Goodra, I think is what it's called. And then this is probably B for me. I don't like the final form from Arceus as much. Klefki. It's a set of keys. It has a cool typing in Fairy Steel, but I don't know if it's a set of keys. Phantomp is A tier. And Trevenant is S tier. See, okay, so I respect this person for being thorough, but this is not, these aren't different forms. These are different sizes of the same Pokemon. Like, I respect them for being thorough and even getting shit like that, but like a little unnecessary, I feel. Honestly, they're both probably E tier for me. They're like kind of cute, and it's like cool that it's like, I don't know, a ghost Pokemon and it's pumpkins on like Halloween and shit. They can go to D actually. I don't know. They're like not bad. I just feel like they're not super cool either. Um, See, this is Ice Boy or something. I don't know, D tier. And then Avalug can be C tier. And then Hisuian Avalug is fucking terrible. I hate it. F tier. Noivern and Noibat are probably B and A tier. Or maybe, I think they're probably both A tier for me, actually. I'm not going to rank both forms as Xerneas. I don't think they're different enough to bother. Xerneas is A tier. Yveltal is probably B for me. Zygarde. I don't really care for the dog form or this final form. Like, they'd probably both be, like, D tiers for me, honestly. Like, D or E. I honestly think the dog's probably D and then this is E. But I think this, like, snake form is really sick. I think this is, like, A tier. Okay, there's Diancie. Diancie's fine, I guess. I don't know, B tier. And then... Nah, that's actually, I kind of like that. That's pretty cool. I'll actually give that A tier. I think that's one of the megas that actually looks better. Hoopa. I'll give Hoopa like a C tier. And I think Hoopa Unbound is probably B. Volcanion has a really cool typing in Water Fire, but otherwise I think it's like kind of a lame design. I'll give it D. Okay, we're in another gen again. We only have to go to here. And also we get to skip all of these. This whole like 3 or 4 rows here, so... We're getting close. We're on Gen 7 now, it looks like. And Gen 7 looks like it doesn't add like hardly any Pokemon. Gen 7 ends here. Because this is a Pokemon Go Pokemon. And it's part of Gen 8, I think, technically. And we also get to delete the Silvally forms and the Minior forms. This really didn't add that. Gen 7 did not add that many Pokemon. Dartrix is like E. Rowlet is probably like a B tier for me. And then this guy is A. Decidueye. And then I actually like Hisuian and Decidueye less, so this is probably going to be B tier. The middle form of this, which is like Torcat, I think also sucks. Litten is fine. I don't think it's like anything special. It's probably like a D tier. And then Incineroar is pretty solid. I'll give it B. I don't know. This thing's like a D tier. Brionne, which is the middle form. It's Popplio, Brionne, and whatever this thing's called. Primarina. I'll give Primarina B. I think, honestly, all 3 of this line kind of suck. I'll give Toucannon like a D tier, but the boy Yungoos. Oh shit. Hold on. Oh fuck, what did I just do? Damn it. I forgot to add a row below for the gendered forms. Anyway, I think Yungoos and Gumshoos are both F. I don't remember all the names of these, but I know one's Charjabug and one's Vikavolt. I mean, this one's probably D, huh? Honestly, this isn't very interesting. I feel like this is probably E. And this one being like a battery is probably like up in C tier. And then this thing I think is actually pretty cool. So I'll give this B. I hate this guy. I think this is the ugliest Pokemon I've ever seen in my life. This is actually, I think, the worst Pokemon design. Crab Brawler and Crabominable. I think that they suck so much ass. Actually, this guy might be worse. Barbonacle or whatever. But anyway, yeah, they're bad. I hate them. I'm only gonna rank one of the Oricorio forms because I honestly think I'm probably just putting them all in like C tier. Like, I don't know, they're birds. They do dancing. I don't know. Cutiefly and Rabombi. I'll say C and B tier. I feel like they're pretty cute, which is the point. So, I'm trying to think if I want to rank the Lycanrocs separate. This is what I'm trying to figure out right now. Like, I don't really think any of them are that much cooler than the others. I think they're all just kind of fun. I honestly don't like the orange one. Like, I think it's the Twilight one. I think this one's the worst one. I think it's probably like E. Rockruff is fine. It's probably like C. And then these two are both probably B. I think this is base form wishy-washy. Honestly, like D tier. And then the idea of like a bunch of them coming together and make a school is pretty cool, so I'll make that B tier. This is Marini. Marini honestly kind of ass design-wise, but like Toxapex is like probably a B tier. One of these is called Mudsdale. I don't remember which. I don't know. Honestly, the base form kind of like ass E tier, and then this version's okay. I don't know why I went from like a donkey to a horse, but Dewpider. Water Spider is like pretty cool. I'll do C and B. I don't particularly like Fomantis and Lurantis. They're not like terrible. I don't know. I guess like they can both be D tier. This is Shinotic and something else. I don't know. They're little mushroom guys. They're pretty cool. Little mushroom guys are always kind of cool. I'll do B and A. Is that even what I did? Yeah, okay. I don't like this thing. I don't like how horny they made it. I think it's really weird. I think there's some times where like Pokemon fans are like, you know, they're the ones being weird when they're like making the weird fan art or whatever. Like, I think like the amount of people that like are into Gardevoir is very strange. Because I don't think Gardevoir is like very sexually designed at all. And then there's Pokemon like this fucking thing that I'm like, they knew what they were doing, you know? Like, I very much think that like Game Freak, when they were designing this, knew they were making it sexual, you know? And I don't like that. So, Beware, I don't really care for. Probably both D tier. I think Bounsweet is cute. It's probably like B tier. And then I don't like either of these forms. This is called like Comfey or something. I don't know. E tier. It's just like a flower crown. I forgot this thing even existed. Is that what it's called? Yeah, me Googling Comfey was really the play there. Oh, it's Comfey apparently. Yeah, I don't know. Not a huge fan. Um, it's just like a flower crown. I don't know. Kind of boring. This is Oranguru. I think this guy is a pretty cool design. I'll probably give him like B tier. And I think Passimian's a little worse, but he's probably still like C tier. This is Wimpod. I probably give this like a D tier, and then I think Golisopod or whatever this thing's called is probably B. Like it's pretty solid. I really like Palisand. This is probably B and A for me. I think these are really cool. The lore behind them being like, I don't know, I think like Ghost Sandcastle is like a cool aesthetic. I don't know. This thing's called Pukamuku or something. I think it damages you when you attack it or something is its ability. I don't know. It's D tier. This is type null. I'm pretty sure is what this thing's called. I don't know. It's like a B tier. It looks edgy. I'm not ranking all the Silvally forms. Similarly, I'm not ranking all the Minior forms. Let's see. So Valiant itself, it has like the same gimmick as Arceus, but I don't feel like it's as well designed as Arceus. So I'm probably just gonna give it like a D. Minior I think is cool. I think the opening up is like a really cool looking thing, and I like the idea that it's like a meteor Pokemon. I'll give it like a B tier. Little Koala Man. I kind of wish it evolved into something, so I'm just gonna give it C tier. Turtonator is so ugly. Little Chunky Man. Here, I know its name. I'm tired. I just can't remember it right now. My brain is stuck on Pachirisu, but it's not that. There's too many Pikachu clones. Togedemaru, that's what it's called. Mimikyu, I'm not ranking disguised and the busted disguise form. That's so strange. Mimikyu's is A tier. I don't like I want to know what it looks like under that, but I get that that's like not the point. I kind of wish instead of being like a ghost that had a disguise on, like it was wearing a disguise, I kind of wish it was just a ghost that like, I don't know, the lore was that like it was a Pokemon that wasn't very popular when it was alive, and so when it died, it like morphed into this weird fucking ghost Pikachu. Like I think that would be cooler than it just like wearing a sheet or something, but I don't know, it's fine, I guess. Bruxish is like maybe the ugliest Pokemon ever. I don't like Drampa either. It's like not as bad, but I probably give it like a D. This thing's cool. I can't remember what it's called, but I'll give it a B tier. It's Delmise. That's what it's called. This thing's called like Komaloa or something, and Jangamoa, and I don't know. I don't know, but that's two of the forms. That's all you're getting from me, probably. It's not very good. I feel like the final form is its best form, and it's still like a C. And these are probably both D. I don't like hate it, but oh, I said these are D. I was like so confused. I was like, I said these are D. Why are they in E? Okay. I don't remember all the Tapu's names. I know it's Tapu Bulu, Tapu Koko, Tapu Fini. I don't know which is which. So the yellow one is, I don't know, like B tier. The pink one's probably D tier. Sorry, I had to sneeze. I'm pretty sure this one's Tapu Bulu. This is probably like C tier. And then I think this one's Tapu Fini. And this one's probably also C tier. I fucking love Cosmog. I was so upset because I saw Cosmog in like a video at some point, and I was so upset that it didn't learn anything. I wanted it to just be like this, be the legendary Pokemon, but it like doesn't learn any moves. Cosmoem isn't as good. Cosmoem's probably like a C tier. And then Solgaleo and Lunala are both A tiers for me. I think they're both really good and solid designs. This is like Nihilego. Probably like a B. I don't know. Little floaty jellyfish thing. Buzzwole is pretty sick design. I think I'm also going to give it B though. Pheromosa is probably like a D for me. Xurkitree is, honestly, Xurkitree is probably an E. This is like Celesteal. This is probably C for me. This is Kartana or something. It's a little origami dude. I think that's kind of cool, so that's probably worth like B tier. Fucking Guzzlord. The boy. I think Guzzlord's S tier. Guzzlord's like my favorite of the Ultra Beasts. Necrozma, I don't really care. I don't think Necrozma looks very cool. Probably like C tier for me. I'm not ranking the fused forms with Necrozma or Ultra Necrozma. I'm also not ranking the Pokeball form of Magearna. Magearna's probably like a B. Marshadow I really like. Marshadow's probably an S tier for me. I like its typing as Fighting Ghost is really interesting, and I also like that they were like the Fighting Ghost is this tiny little fuck. I think that's really cool. I don't remember what either of these are called. It's like they're like this one evolves into the other one. It's like a little poison thing. I don't know. It's probably like D end. This is probably like a B tier. It's like kind of cool. I just don't remember what it's called. Stakataka has a cool name, so it can go in B tier. I also do like the design. I think it's kind of cool, even though it's just like bricks and like a building. Blacephalon, I think this thing's called. I don't like this one. I think it's probably slightly better than Xurkitree, but this is Zeraora, something like that. Pretty good. I'll give it B. I'm not crazy about it. Melmetal, I guess it's Meltan first. This is probably like a C tier, and then Melmetal is probably like B. And let me look up Gigantamax Melmetal. Yeah, I don't like that. Put it in F. Okay. I'm probably gonna sit back down for Gen 8 and Gen 9. So, excuse the noise of my computer going back down. So this is going to be the Sword and Shield, Scarlet and Violet, and our Legends Arceus Pokemon is all we have left. Grookey is fine, like probably like C tier. Thwacky is worse, so you'd probably go E tier. And then Rillaboom is cool. I probably give regular Rillaboom like a B, and then I think Gigantamax Rillaboom getting a big drum set is like kind of cool. So I'm gonna give that A tier. Score Bunnies probably like both of these are C tier. I don't really know what the middle one's called, to be honest with you. I've remembered way more Pokemon names than I thought I was going to, so you can be happy with what you get. And I don't quite like the Gigantamax version of this one as much. Or honestly, the whole line here is probably C tier for me. And the Gigantamax, it like riding on a big fireball is kind of cool, but Sobble is probably also C tier. I think these starters aren't very good, to be honest with you. This is probably D tier. And I think Inteleon is kind of cool. Inteleon I'd probably give B. And then the Gigantamax form, you can't really tell from this little thing, but it basically gets like a sniper tower, which is kind of cool. I'll look it up so I can show you. Yeah, so it uses its tail to like make a sniper tower for itself, and then I didn't realize the gun was made out of water up there, but I think that's like kind of cool. As opposed to like a giant fire soccer ball. Anyway. Did I put that in B with this? Yeah, that's probably fair. That's probably fair. Squovit is frankly probably like E. Squovit and Greedent are probably both E for me. Rookidee is probably like D. And then this is probably also like D. But then Corviknight is like A tier. I was thinking about putting an S, but I don't think so. I think that's Gigantamax Corviknight, which I didn't know was a thing. So let me look it up. I feel like the red in the feathers is pretty cool. Oh, is there like other little birds flying around it? Okay, there is in like the art, so I just kind of assumed that would be there. I don't know. I don't think it's a big improvement. I feel like it's just kind of adds red to the feathers, but I like the idea of it being like the bird being a knight, which is why I like Corviknight. I'll put this in like B tier. It's like still cool, but I don't think it's like as cool as the original Pokemon. This thing I don't like. Like F. I think Dottler is fine. Like Dottler's probably like a C tier. And then Orbeetle can be B probably. I'm going to spell it wrong every time, by the way. Oh, it becomes like a UFO. That's kind of unique. I guess. Is it supposed to be like a satellite dish in this form then? That's kind of confusing to me, like how they came to the decision to make it a UFO design-wise, but yeah, I don't know. That's pretty cool. It's probably still like B tier for me, but Thievul and whatever this other thing are called, I hate. I don't even know what this thing is. I've never seen this thing in my life, but I don't like it. Looks like it's like a little flower, and then it becomes like a cotton ball. So I'm guessing it's like a cotton spore Pokemon. Wooloo's pretty good. I'll go B for Wooloo. I think Double's worse. So I think C for Double. I don't particularly like Choodle. I think Choodle's probably like D, and then Dreadnought is probably like C. I put Choodle in the wrong tier. I'll fix it.
This is actually pretty cool. I'm kind of about this. I like the way it kind of like has like a little like a guard here, kind of like a neck guard. Makes it look like it's a big old living fortress. Yeah. I'm down with that. I'd probably give it a B tier if I gave that a C tier. I think this is like an electric dog thing. I don't know. It kind of looks like shit, so I think it's like Bolto or that's not a movie, but it's something like that. Bolt Dog or some shit. Oh, I didn't realize Applin had Gigantamax forms either. The Coal Pokemon I think is pretty cool, to be honest. I think it's probably like B. It's probably B, B, and then A. And then I gotta look at what the Gigantamax form looks like. Okay, it just becomes like a bigger coal furnace. I think I actually like that less than the original design to be. Like, it's still pretty cool, but I think it probably goes like back to B for me. I think Applin is pretty sick. Applin's probably like a B. And then I think I like Flapple and Appleton enough to put them both in A tier. And then I'm going to have to look up the Gigantamax forms because they both look identical, so I'm not really sure what's going on there. Okay, I think they both transform into the same thing. It looks like. Yeah, like it looks like they become like a combo. Like their Gigantamax is a combo of the two forms because it's like bursting out of an apple, but it's also kind of like has this pie-looking stuff. Because that's Flapple. Yeah, like from what I can tell, it's not any different, right? Yeah, so it's like the Gigantamax for both is the same. It's just like a mix between the two is what it looks like. Okay. I'm obviously not gonna rank both. That's like kind of cool, I guess. I'll give it B tier. I don't really like Sanaconda or whatever the evolution is called. I'll probably do like D and C. I would actually really like these to stop having Gigantamax forms. That's pretty cool. It's probably still C tier for me. But it's like not worse, I don't think. I don't like Cramorant. Oh, I think these are also different. I don't really understand what the different forms are of this. If I understood it better, I'd rank the forms, but I know one of them shows it eating a Pikachu. I'm not sure what this one is, but it's the same Pokemon. At least to my understanding it is. Yeah. So in its gulping form, it looks like it's eating an Arrokuda. And then in its gorging form, it's eating a Pikachu. I don't know. I'm not really a fan of it. I don't know. I'm also not really a fan of Arrokuda or Barraskewda. Whoa, what am I moving right now? That's not what I wanted to do. Toxel is pretty cool. Probably like a C tier. And then Toxicity is probably like B tier. I'm not ranking both the forms of Toxicity. That's pretty cool. It gets like a little power plant on its back. It's probably still like C tier, but or B tier, I guess. So I'm pretty sure this is Scolipede and Centiscorch. I feel like Fire Centipede is a pretty good concept. And I liked it for this one. They just had it get big and like wrap around. It looks like a little more fiery, I guess, but I think that's good that they didn't. It seems like they didn't like over design that one too much. This thing I've never seen in my life. I'm pretty sure it's like a fighting octopus. I don't know. D and C tier. It doesn't look like bad. I've seen it before, and I'm always like, is that a real Pokemon? Like, people will be like, oh yeah, in this Pokemon. And I'm like, I've never fucking heard of this thing. I've never seen that thing once in my life, and then I get like really confused. Sinistea, I'm also not ranking the different versions of this. It like the difference is like a sticker on the bottom of the cup or something. I don't know. This is probably like, it's a cute, so I'll give it like D and C tier, I guess. It's not a design I love, though. Does Hatterene have a... Okay. I think all the Hatterene forms are at least, like... Or the two, I guess, baby forms are at least, like, pretty cute. So, like, they can probably be C, and then I feel like the main one can be B. And then this also just looks like it got kind of big. Some of these I'm like struggling to see what's going on in the Gigantamax form, and other ones I like can pretty much tell. I don't know how this thing's name is spelled. I'm just Jesus take the wheel at this point, and Google will tell me. Hatterene. That's why I wasn't spelling it right. I have the name wrong. Yeah, it just gets really big. Okay, that's like I put it at the same tier, which I feel like is accurate. I don't really like this guy, Impidimp. I'd probably give it like, I think the first form is probably like a D. The second form is probably like an E. And then Grimmsnarl's probably like a C. Grimmsnarl's alright. I will have to look up the Gigantamax version. He just looks like he gets really tall. I don't know. I don't think this is that good of a Gigantamax form. I feel like that's kind of a waste. I don't know. I honestly am going to give that the lowest tier. Obstagoon is really cool. Obstagoon cool and based, B tier. Berserker I really like. Berserker's probably A tier. Obstagoon is a new Lanoon evolution. Berserker is a new Meowth evolution. This is Cursula, which is a new Corsola evolution that evolves from like the dead Corsola. That's probably also A tier. Surfetched is S tier. I think Surfetched is so fucking funny. Mr. Rhyme is, I don't know, E tier. Mr. Rhyme sucks ass. Runerigus is fine. I don't think it's as good as Coffagrigus, but it can still be like B tier. This is Milcery, I think. It's a splash of milk. So I guess it's E tier. And then Alcremie can be like C tier. And then apparently Alcremie has a fucking Gigantamax form. Oh, it's Gigantamax. I was like, what am I even spelling wrong here this whole time? I'm just putting an E instead of an A. It becoming a big ass cake is actually kind of fun, so I'd probably give that B tier. And I'm not ranking all the forms as always, which is good because Alcremie has like 80 bajillion forms. Imagine taking the time to rank all these and be like, well, this one's yellow and has blue icing. And actually taking the time to go through that and like I feel like ranking them on their own list would be fine, but imagine doing that among all the other Pokemon, like shit would be insane. Okay. Fuck. I honestly don't remember what this thing is called. I really thought this and Pyukumuku were the same Pokemon, so I'm like a little confused right now. I don't know why I scrolled up that far. It's honestly like E. Snom is pretty cool. It's got a cool name. It's probably like C tier, and then Frostmouth is probably like B for me. Stonejourner is, I feel like a D type or a D tier. Ice Cube, I think when it's in its Ice Cube form is like C, like it's pretty funny, and then I think its head looks so fucking stupid. I'm probably gonna give it like an E tier when it loses the Ice Cube. This is Indeedee. I'm not ranking male and female. I'm just gonna rank it. It's like, I don't know, it's like D tier. Morpeko is pretty cool. I think it looks a little too close to Pikachu, so I'm only gonna give it a C tier. And then its angry form, I'm also gonna give C tier. I don't think it's that different. It's middle. Just I guess both sides become black as well. Let's see. Q-Fant is pretty cool. I give it like a C tier. Whatever this thing is called is a B tier. It's also pretty cool. I like that. I think it's just a straight up steel type, which is kind of cool. It looks like it just becomes really big, so I'm just gonna assume it's equally cool as the regular form, because I can't remember the name right now. I do know it. It's just not coming to me. I don't remember any of these names. I know this one's Arctozolt and this one's Dracovic, but I don't remember the other two. I think they're all kind of the same for me. The concept behind them is that they're like two fossils accidentally got combined. So they're all just kind of B tier for me. It's like a funny take on the fossils that they do every game, but like for me, it's not much more than that. And I kind of also would wish we would have gotten like maybe also at the end of the game like whatever the full version would be instead of just like the half versions, but it is what it is, I guess. This is Duraludon or something. It's a building. It is Steel Dragon, which is a cool type combination, so I'll bump it up to B for that. And then it looks like it just becomes bigger, so I'm just going to give it B again. Dreepy I really like. I think it's kind of like Dreepy is B. This guy is also B, whatever the middle form is called. And then Dragapult is like S. That's another one of my like favorite all-time designs. I am only going to rank the cool forms of Zamazenta and Zacian, which is the crowned forms. I feel like they just don't look very good in the other forms, but they look like, I don't know, I think they're both probably A tier. I think like the sword one is probably A tier, and then the shield one is B tier. But I feel like in their other forms, they're both like C or D. I don't think they look very cool. But I think it's because they're meant to become these. You're not really. And you're probably meant to see them in the other forms. They're like fine. They're just like, I feel like they're nothing special, especially for legendaries. Let's see. Eternatus, I feel like both its forms are C tier. I'm not a huge fan of Eternatus. I probably like its normal form better than the Eternamax form, but I don't know. That is what it is. Cubchoo is probably B tier for me. And then I'm not going to rank the Urshifus separately. It also looks like their Gigantamax forms look identical to their base forms. The Urshifus are both A, I think. Did I put... Yeah, I put Cubfu down B. The Urshifus are both A. I don't know what these different forms of Zygarde are. This isn't Zygarde. I don't remember what the fuck. Zarude. Zarude I don't really like. I think it's like D tier. Regieleki is pretty cool. Probably give him A tier. I think Regidrago is like B tier. I'm not going to rank the as one forms of Calyrex and Spectre. I'm just going to rank Calyrex and Spectre and the two Spectres separately. Or Spectre and Glastrier. Glastrier for me is probably B tier. Spectrier is probably S. I think Ghost Horse is cool. The fact that it's like missing his ankles is like a cool detail. Then Calyrex itself I think is like kind of shit. I think Calyrex itself is probably like D tier. Okay. We're done with Sword and Shield. I'm going to real quick grab another glass of water, and then I'll come back and I will finish this up, because it doesn't actually look like there's that many more to rank, because like down here is starting to be, like this is a legend. These are legendaries here. So it looks like I only have like 7 or 8 more rows. So, and it looks like there are some forms I can take out as well. So that's pretty cool. So I will BRB. Okay, I have my water and I am back. This is... Here, I'll zoom back in. Okay, I'm having to scroll no matter what now, so I might as well just zoom in all the way. This is a Stantler evolution. I feel like it's pretty okay, but it's also like not super great. Probably like B tier. I don't remember where I put Stantler. If it's below Stantler, just imagine Stantler is actually under it. I'm too tired to check. This is a new Scyther evolution. Honestly, I feel like this is probably S tier. I feel like all the Scyther versions are pretty cool. Like, I don't know. They're things with like swords for arms. This guy has fucking axes for arms. It's pretty sick. Ursa Luna is pretty cool. This is an Ursa Ring evolution. Um, honestly, I like this enough to put it in S tier. I think it's a good. I think it's a good Evo. This is Bascu Legion. It's an evolution of Basculin. It's I think Water Ghost. It's fine. I'll put it in B tier. This is Sneasler. It's an evolution of Sneasel. I hate it. This is Overquill. It's a evolution of Quillfish. I think it's fine. This is Enamorous. I'm not going to rank it in its theory, and it's I don't know if that's the Therian or the incarnate form. It goes with the other genies, so it goes with Landorus, Thunderous, and Windorous, or whatever it's called. Yeah, so I think it looks about as cool as the other genies. I think its incarnate or Therian form, or whatever this is called, is bad. Honestly, it's down here. I think it looks very stupid. This form is fine. I think it looks about as good as the other ones. Okay, we're in the Gen 9 now. That was all for the Arceus Pokemon. Our Legends Arceus didn't have that many. It was mostly just like the Gen 4 Pokemon were used again. Okay. This is Sprigatito. It's a cat. I don't know. This was my starter for Scarlet and Violet, so I don't want to rank it like super low, but it's a cat. I don't know. Actually, I probably put it in C tier, but the middle form is called something. It's probably D tier. I don't know. And then the final form I probably put in B tier. I think it's cool. It's like supposed to be a magician thing. It's like fine, you know. It's actually probably not what I'll rank the highest from these, to be honest. This is Fuecoco. All of Fuecoco's stages are pretty good. I feel like the starting stage is probably B tier. Oh, actually, I don't really like this. This is probably like E. And then Skeledirge is the final form. And I feel like Skeledirge is like a solid A tier. Quaxley is pretty good. Quaxley's probably like a solid B tier. And then it just gets worse from there. This is F tier for me. Oh, I didn't delete this. That makes things a little easier for me. And I think this is like Quaxwell or something, and I think it also kind of sucks. Lechonk. Lechonk is like probably A tier. I think its name makes it S tier. But like design wise, I think it's an A. And then these are the evolutions for it, and they're horrible. So pretty upsetting. It's called like Oinka Lounge or something. I feel like the spider guy with like the big ball of silk on his back is pretty cool for like an early route bug design. So I'll give that a C tier. And then I feel like Spidops is also kind of cool. I don't know. I think he like sucks. I don't think he's very good, but he turns into a big spider guy. This thing's called like Nimble or something. I don't know. It's fine. And this thing is Low Kicks. I think it's a bug fighting. I'm not a huge fan. This thing I'm also not a huge fan of, Palmy. Honestly, probably all D tier. I feel like this is like the most pointless evolution of all time here. It becomes a slightly different shade of orange and its hair gets a little different. At least like the previous one, it like stands up. You know, it goes from this to this. But I feel like why it should have just gone from this to this. Surely, like, what is the point of this guy? I'm actually gonna move him down just because he's so fucking pointless. This is Tandemouse and Mousehold. So basically the way they evolve is they fucking have kids, I guess. I don't really know. They're pretty cool. I feel like their names are good as well. I probably do like B for both. One of these is called Doc's Bun. I don't know. It's Fido and Doc's Bun. That's what it is. I don't know. They're dogs and they're made of dough. It's kind of cute, I guess. I think they're both probably C tier. They're also fairy types, which is strange, but oh, this is Smoliv. I think Smoliv is pretty good. I don't really care for this is Doliv, I think. I don't really care for this. And then this is Arboliva, which is the final form. I think this guy is pretty good. Probably like a B. This is Squawkabilly. I don't know, it's a bird that's Elvis. I think it's kind of lame, frankly. This is Knackly or Knackle or something like that. It's a block of salt. I think they all are supposed to also look like video game shit. So this is supposed to look like a mushroom from Mario. It's probably B. And I think these are supposed to look like Minecraft. The eyes on this look like Minecraft to me at least. I think it's BBA for this. This is Charcadet. I think Charcadet's pretty good. He's probably like a B. And then honestly, I kind of want to put both the evolutions in S, so I think I will. Because it evolves into Armor Rouge and then whatever this thing is called. But I think they're both really solid designs, so I'm going to put them both in S. This is called like Tadbulb. It's a little frog dude. I don't know. It's cute. I'll give it C tier. This is Bellybolt. This is what it evolves into. I'll probably give Bellybolt a B tier. I think he's a solid Pokemon. I don't like these things on the side of his face aren't his eyes. His eyes are the things that look like his nostrils in the middle of his nose, which I really don't like. But the things on the side of his face are just like fake eyes or something, pretty much. This is Wattrel. This is, I think, one of the most forgettable Pokemon of all time. I don't think it's bad. I just think it's, well, I do kind of think it's bad. It's like electric flying, though, which is kind of cool. This is something and Mebostiff. I probably go like D and C. I think people like this because one of the characters in the game has this as like his partner Pokemon, and they have like a cool like the storyline with them is really sweet. So I think people like it because of that, but which is fair. But I don't know. I'm not crazy about it. It's just like another dog. This is called like Shroodle or something. Honestly, nah, he's kind of funny looking, huh? I'll give him D tier. And he evolves into this guy who like paints on stuff. I don't remember his name. I don't know. He's a C tier. I think it's like Grafii or something because he does graffiti. I actually really like this guy. He's a tumbleweed Pokemon. I think it could probably be single stage. I think it probably doesn't need to evolve. So I'll give it like D and then probably like B. I don't know, it's Grass Ghost. I have a soft spot for ghosts, but I also think it's funny that they were like, let's make a tumbleweed a Pokemon. This is Toadscrew. They did a thing in this game called convergent evolutions, I guess, or Pokemon based on the idea of convergent evolution in real life. I think this and its evolution are both A tier. I don't remember what the evolution's called. Don't ask me. But so convergent evolution in real life is like when different species evolve similar traits to other species. So the idea here is that like these guys are mushrooms, but they've evolved similar traits to like Tentacool. And the idea is that like I think in nature certain traits are beneficial to survival, so you're going to see many different species evolve them. And so I guess they started basing Pokemon around those. I think, frankly, this is their new version of regional Pokemon. I don't think they're doing regional Pokemon anymore. I think it's going to be this from now on, which I think is better because they occupy different numbers in the Pokédex, and then I forget what else, but I think it like makes them more available because they're different numbers in the Pokédex. So you can, I don't know, I forget. I was watching something about it, about how they're like more available than like megas and shit, I guess, in like future generations. I don't know. I don't remember, and I'm tired as shit. It's almost 3 a.m. This is Cloth. He's a big rock crab. B. This is Capsicid, I think it's called. I honestly think this thing's ugly as fuck. And then this is what Capsicid evolves into. It's a bell pepper Pokemon. I think everybody kind of thinks this looks like an awkward middle stage evolution and wishes it evolved. But it's Fire Grass, which is an interesting typing. This is Shitface or something. I don't remember. It's a Dung Beetle Pokemon. I think it's like Relor. I like that it evolves into this like kind of mystic beetle thing. I think that's kind of cool. I give this a B tier. But the fact that it starts as like a rolling a shit is weird. This thing's called Flittle. It evolves into an ostrich for some reason. I don't really like it. The ostrich is fine. This is called this Espathra. I don't know if it has flying type. I'll give Espathra a C. Because I'm curious, this is another psychic flying type. No, it's pure psychic. That makes sense. It's the flightless birds. I was kind of thinking that, but I wanted to make sure. Next is Tink. I think this is Tink-a-Tink. I don't really remember. This one I'm not crazy about. I feel like this is actually a little better, but probably not better enough for me to bump it out of whatever tier I just put it in. And then Tinkaton is the final evolution. I think this is A tier. I remember when the leaks came out, because I just like looked at the leaks for the game, because they didn't show the Pokemon, but they used like emojis to describe what they were, and it was just like pink and a hammer, and people were like, "What the fuck is this thing?" And then it came out, and we were all like, "Ah, it's pretty good, is what it is." This is Wiglet and Wugtrio. They're another example of the convergent Evos. I think they're funny, but like not much else. They're like pretty bad, to be honest, but they're like funny from a design perspective. This is Bombirdier. I kind of forgot it existed. Probably like E tier. I don't think it's as bad as some of this shit, but these are both forms of Palafin. So the way this Pokemon works is you have to start it off. That one that I'm ranking right now is called its Zero form. And then you swap it out, and when it comes back in, it goes into its Hero form. It's like based on the idea of like, I don't know, like a superhero going into the telephone booth to like change costumes. I think that's what its ability is called, this costume change that like switches it. Um yeah, and when after it switches back in, it has like crazy stats. It has like bad stats before it comes back in, and then it gets like a massive stat increase when it comes back. This is Varoom and Revaroom, I think. They're engines. They're Steel Poison, I think, which is kind of like a cool typing. They're both probably C tier for me, to be honest. I don't think this is like cooler than the first form. Like I think it's a good evolution, but I don't think it's like cooler enough to bump it up a tier. This is Cyclizar. This is like the current day form of the legendaries. So the legendaries in this are from the past and the future. So this is the past one, this is the future one. So this isn't a legendary, it's just like a regular ass Pokemon, but it's supposed to be like the modern day version of this and this, basically. It's like the middle point between the two legendaries, essentially. It's like C tier, I don't know. Part of the plot is that everybody in Paldea rides these around. That's why it has like a wheel for a chest. And the same thing as these two have like wheels for chests. You like ride them around throughout the game. This is Orthworm. He's pretty cool. He's got little blue arms that poke out of that metal part directly below his head. I think B tier is fair for Orthworm. This is Glimmet, I think it's called. I don't know, it's a little... I don't even know what it's supposed to be honest. Which makes it kind of mysterious and cool, I think. And this is Glamora. This is what it evolves into. It looks kind of like a fish type thing. Like it would like flap those parts behind it. But like, or maybe like an octopus type thing is more a better description. But yeah, B tier is probably fine. This is... I know this guy's Houndstone. Anyway, I don't know. It's a ghost dog. It's C and B tier for me. I don't know. This is Flamigo. It's a flamingo. I'm going to give it E tier. It's a fighting type, and I think its body's supposed to look like a boxing glove, but I feel like it's kind of just looks like a flamingo. This is Satitan. This is Satotl, I think, is the lower form's name. They have really good shinies. They turn like black and orange. I'll probably do like C and B tier for these. I think they're like pretty cool. This is Vazula, I think. It's probably like a D tier. Yeah, I feel like D tier is fair. This is Dondozo. So he's a big whale guy. His gimmick is that if he's in a double battle, if he's on the field with Tatsugiri, I'm also not ranking. There's 3 forms of Tatsugiri. It's the next guy. If he's on the field with Tatsugiri, Tatsugiri gets into his mouth, and then it doubles all his stats. So for the price of putting yourself into like a 2v1, you get like double stats. So it's kind of like a trade-off type thing. And this doesn't faint either. It like comes back out if this guy dies. But this guy's supposed to look like a sushi chef. That's what like the shit in its head is. And then these guys are supposed to look like sushi. So they go together. I think they have a signature move called Order Up that does like a sushi attack also. This is Annihilape. Annihilape is sick. Annihilape is probably S tier for me. It's an evolution to Primeape. I think what happens is it gets so angry it dies and then it becomes a ghost type, which is kind of crazy. This is Clodsire. This is the evolution to the Paldean Wooper. I think this one's A tier. I don't think this one's S tier for me, but it's a really good design. He's just a little fat fuck boy, you know. This is Farigiraf. This is an evolution to Girafarig. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's an upgrade from Girafarig. I give it an A tier. So this is two versions of the Dunsparce, which is the Dunsparce evolution. This guy's probably gonna be B tier for me. I think it's good. I think it's funny that it just adds more segments, but that's what the two different rankings were for. You can get 2 or 3 segment the Dunsparce, where it has 2 of these like body segments between the head and the tail, or 3. It's the same thing with the mouse Pokemon earlier. It can be a 3 family or a 4 family. And there's like one of them is really rare and the other one is like a 99% chance. Yeah. This is King Gambit. He's pretty sick. This is an evolution to Bisharp. I kind of feel like it's better than these, but I don't want to put it in S tier. But it definitely is like if I was ordering things, it would probably be very high in A tier. This is Great Tusk. This is one of the Paradox Pokemon. So each game has their own exclusive Paradox Pokemon. The ones in Scarlet are from the past, and the ones in Violet are from the future. So they basically have like time traveled to your era. Great Tusk is maybe my favorite one, so that goes in S tier. It's a future version of fucking Phanpy, whatever that evolution is called. Whatever the evolution of Phanpy is called, it's a future version of that. I can't remember right now. My brain is fried. I've been talking about Pokemon for 3.5 hours almost. This is Screamtail. It's a past version of Jigglypuff. I don't like this quite as much, but I think it's B tier. I think largely the past versions are all pretty solid, and I don't really like the future versions very much. This is Brute Bonnet. It's Amoonguss from the past. Why is it still designed like a Pokeball? Nobody knows. But I'll give that a C tier. I give it a C tier. It's in the game you can kind of like see its face, and it's a little meaner in the face, but largely it just has this like green coming down and it's a little spiky. I don't think it's like as good of a redesign as the other ones are. This is Fluttermane. I'm going to put Fluttermane in S tier. So I really like Mismagius, and seeing like this kind of like long evil past version of it is cool. It's also Ghost Fairy, which is a sick typing, so. This is something. It's a past version of Volcarona. I don't remember what it's called. I think it's Fighting Fire. I'll probably put it in B tier. This is Sandy Shocks. I don't really like Sandy Shocks. I think Sandy Shocks is like maybe the worst one. Probably put it in D tier. It's Magneton. This is Iron Treads. This is a future version of Donphan. I remembered the Pokemon. I think this one kind of sucks. I don't really like the future Pokemon. D is probably a little rude. I can probably put it in C tier. This is something. It's obviously it's a future version of Delibird. I just don't remember the name. I'll put it in B tier. This is Iron Hands. This is future Hariyama. I think this is also B tier. This is Iron Jugulus. This one's probably A tier. I like this one a lot. Obviously it's future Zweilous or whatever the fuck that thing's called. Hydreigon, whatever it is. This one's Iron Moth. It's a future version of Volcarona. I probably put it in B tier. I don't know. It's like solid, I guess. I probably like that. That's probably the only one I like better than like the past or the yeah, whatever. You know what I'm saying? This is Iron something. It's Tyranitar. I don't know. I think it's like worse than Tyranitar. Like it's a worse design than Tyranitar. I probably put it in C. We're almost there. We got one row plus 2. I'm not sure why there's an Eevee down here. Did I not place Eevee somehow? I don't know. Anyway, this is Frigibax, and it evolves into Baxcalibur. This is the pseudo legendary. It's Ice Dragon. I don't really like this first form, to be honest. It's kind of uggo. Second form is a bit cooler. Probably give it like a D tier. And then I think Baxcalibur is really good. Baxcalibur is going to be A tier. So that was the pseudo. Now we get to Gimme Ghoul. I'm not going to rank the whatever this form is called, the version where it just has a coin. This is the version. This chest version is how you can catch it in the game. I'm not a huge fan of it. I'd probably give it a D tier. And then this is Golden Go, which is the evolution of Gimme Ghoul. I'll probably give this guy a B tier. Then, now I'm going to be honest. I don't remember any of these fucking things' names. This one is Chi Yu. I know that. I think this one's Wo Chien. Maybe this is Ting Lu. I guess maybe I remember all their names. And this one's Chien Pao, I think. So Wo Chien is grass. They're all dark type for their secondary. This one's grass. It's like a snail thing. I actually really like this design. I think it's A. I think this one ends up being like the worst one competitively. But so they're all based on, they're called the Ruin Pokemon. They're all they're based, there's like a folklore in the game about 4 like artifacts of Ruin. So this one is the Tablets of Ruin, which is what is like coiled around its back. This one is the Sword of Ruin, and the sword makes the fangs. One of the things I don't like is it's ice and dark, and the swords kind of like poke up through the top of the mouth, which I don't like. So I'm going to give that a C tier. This is the Vessel of Ruin, I believe, which is the thing on its head. This one's, I think, Earth Dark or Rock Dark. This one's probably like a B tier. And then I really like Chi Yu. It's a little goldfish. It's the Beads of Ruin. The beads are around its eyes. I think it's really well designed. I think that one's an S tier for me. This is Waking Moon or something like that. Roaring Moon. It's a past version of Salamence. It's probably a C for me, to be honest. It has like the big moon wings, which I don't really like from its mega, and I think they like kind of redesigned some of the face and stuff, and they end up kind of like over designing it. So this is Iron Valiant, I think is what it's called. It's kind of like a combo future version of Gallade and Gardevoir, which is kind of cool. So I'll probably give that like A. This is Koraidon. I really like Koraidon. I think Koraidon and Miraidon are both probably A tiers for me. I like Koraidon a bit better, but I don't think either of them are S tiers for me. But I think they're both fine in the A tier. So this is Walking Wake and I don't know, Iron Verizon Wireless. I don't really remember what this one's called. Walking Wake is a past version of Suicune. I honestly think this is like, this would be a pretty high, I don't want to put this in S, but it's a pretty high A tier. I think we're getting, as part of the Scarlet and Violet DLC, past versions of all 3 of these. They, in the most recent trailer, they showed off the past version of Raikou as well. So I think we're getting Suicune, Raikou, and Entei as past versions. And then I think we're getting the whatever these guys are called as future versions. This guy's I mean, it's just kind of a robot version of the original Pokemon, but I'll give it a B. I don't know. I don't remember where the original one is at this point. I think we're getting future versions of those three. I think they maybe showed another one of those off. Maybe I think they maybe showed Cobalion. But yeah, I don't know. That's all the Pokemon that have released for now. I am never doing this again. This took 3.5 hours. I'll go through just to end things off, and I'll read off my S tier Pokemon. So we've got Charizard, Charizard X, Squirtle, or Mega Charizard X, Squirtle, Mega Squirtle, Butterfree, Gigantamax Butterfree, Gigantamax Pikachu, Arcanine, Haunter Gengar, Scyther, Gyarados, Lapras, Snorlax, Zapdos, Galarian Zapdos, Chikorita, Bayleaf, Espeon, Umbreon, Steelix, Scizor, Houndoom. Yeah, Houndoom or Hound. I don't remember. Whatever the furthest evolved one is. Houndoom, Tyranitar, Celebi, Blaziken, the Mudkip evolution, Swampert, Aggron, Wailmer, Torkoal, Melodic, Primal, Kyogre, Rayquaza, Mega Rayquaza, Torterra, Piplup, Mismagius, Spiritomb, Garchomp, Leafeon, both versions of Giratina, Shaman, Golurk, Ferrothorn, Pangoro, Sylveon, Trevenant, whatever this thing is called, Cosmog, Guzzlord, Marshadow, Surfetched, Dragapult, Spectrier, Cleavor, Ursaluna, Armarouge, the one that's not Armarouge, but it's the same. It evolves from the same Pokemon. Annihilate, Great Tusk, Fluttermane, and Chi-Yu. And I'm gonna have to look this guy up now because he's the only one I couldn't remember. See, it's Armarouge and Ceruledge. That makes sense. Anyway, that's my ranking of all the Pokemon. I'm gonna do like probably scroll down. I'm just gonna do a 20-second hover on each tier. And then I'll scroll up from the bottom and do a 20-second hover on each tier. And that'll be it. Let me delete that row now. Yeah. Anyway. I'm probably not going to talk during this part, so I'm just probably going to mute my mic and, yeah, do like a little hover just to, I don't know, show it off at the end. So, yeah, starting now. Okay, and we're back at the Gen 1. I figured I'd do a hover there. I can put a time card or a chapter in the video whenever this gets uploaded, so that way if you just want to see the results, you can scroll to the end and just kind of look through them all. I'll probably set up the chapters also for as I'm going through each gen. Yeah. I mean, 3.5 hours. I went through 9 gens of Pokemon. It's a little over 30 minutes each one, but I mean, considering how many Pokemon are in each gen, that's like pretty good. Let me do some math here. Let me see how long I spent on each Pokemon. Let me see. 3 hours, 30 minutes is 210 minutes. I mean, so I only spent like 15 seconds on each Pokemon. Which is pretty good. How many Pokemon are there currently? Hold up. Apparently there's 120. Or sorry, no, there's 120 Pokemon total. No, apparently there's 1020 at the moment. Or it looks like 1019 maybe. Okay. So the Verizon Wireless future form is called Iron Leaves, and that is 1010. And then I guess from the different trailers that have come out for the DLC, we know about 9 additional Pokemon. So I went through 1010 Pokemon is what I did. I guess I can put the calculator on the screen here so you can see it. So I spent 210 minutes divided by 1010 Pokemon. That's also not counting forms either. So I'll round down to like 0.2 of a minute per Pokemon. So it's 60 times 0.2. 12. So I spent about 12 seconds on each Pokemon, and it still took 3.5 hours. So I was kind of zooming when you think about it. I don't know. There it is. Let me know if there's anything super controversial in here that you really hate and got to yell at me about. Again, I went through it pretty quickly, so I just kind of went like first thought, best thought here. And yeah, that's about it. I don't know. Peace out, I guess. I'm going the fuck to bed.